morning, everyone! Where should we go first? Huh? It's my first time at a festival, so my heart is racing so fast. I was waiting for you. Let's go catch some fish together. This is for you. I'm shaking. I wonder what I'll get. I'm so lucky today. I wouldn't be surprised if a cat pops out of the box. A festival is better on a full stomach. If you keep acting like that, even the goldfish you've caught might slip away. Do I look different to you? Do you like it? Okay. Let's clean up before the customers arrive. Today's master is you!
This should keep me out of trouble, right? Is there a drawing you'd like to see? Should I draw a squirrel for you?
I'll fly anywhere immediately. Did you call me? I want to help you too.
Welcome, Master. I'm used to this kind of thing. Oishikunare.
Moi moi kyu.
Is that your wish, Master?
Kyu.
No one is cutting in line, right? A limited edition Lenny Checky. You want it, don't you? Delicious! Your favorite maid, Lenny, has arrived! That's it for today's service. Thanks for coming, everyone. Where should we go first? Huh? It's my first time at a festival, so my heart is racing so fast. I was waiting for you. Let's go.
Light and shadow.
Okay.
Between Locked In and Wemo Rising, and again, it's going to be on Sakura to make something happen here. Astrolac trying to get some damage down onto Jigna. Baits out the Quake, actually, so that's actually an important cooldown. Dropped for the side of Locked In. On the bottom side, Minginyu gets rooted, forced to use Circulation, and running the Vampire Queen defensively, but Astrolac gets the 1-for-1 on the backside now. Down to a 2-on-2, Sakura and Cabbage on the front side. Ooh, big bat skill from Sakura on the dance! Sakura with the moves! Oh my goodness. This guy is a demon at Tia, bringing this down to a 2-on-1, and poor Jignut. Actually, it's going to be a 3-on-1 because they're going to be able to pick up Astrolac's corpse as well, so the consistent DPS is here to take out the tank if need be, but even without it, it's still just far too uphill battle for Jignut here. Double the amount of teams and zones. Very likely you won't find an honest fight, but Fuichu looking for an angle here. Taunt connects onto Hracefeld, forces out the quick spin on him as the Semtex blows up on the... Oh my goodness. Chi B Arc just blasted Raven Birchie here. Oh my god.
To take that execution technique really early into the fight, and that meant that you just really have no chance. And now it's going to be Big Beefy versus Uberman, and yeah, the vision is off for a reason. There's some freak gameplay going on.
Yeah,
keep an eye out on the GBR play. Yeah, there it is. Who could have guessed it?
They saw him, and with that, they're going to push forward, knowing that he's behind them. But Chibiark at some point is going to get in on this fight, but to what? Oh my goodness. Down goes Camper. 1-for-1, though. They did find the kill on Hracefeld, who is a big part of their setup. And with Haymaker on cooldown, Chibiark's effectiveness isn't as high in the fight. Now looking to take out Restia. The Walk-on connects on a two-man. Fuichu.
What were you saying about effectiveness?
Yeah, what was I talking about? We're in Chapel. This is the home of Hyunwoo. How could I not know better?
This guy is a demon, bro. This guy is a demon.
The kill all in well. Meanwhile, over at Wick, looks like Locked In's trying to finish this off. They don't have their primary damage source in Deus to be able to DPS it down. So with that, Fuichu now sitting here, putting pressure on the Wick line. Uberman back to 3 people, trying to find a way to take this from them. They do find it, but Hracefield's going to go down in the process. Deus on the backside still unchecked. If he can manage to not get hit by something, dodges the knock-up. Good by Deus on the backside. Does a lot of damage to himself with the quick spin, but just doesn't matter. As Chibi,
I think it goes towards Pond Stem Zone, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's going to go towards Pond, somewhere in Pond. It's undecided where, but it's going to stay in Pond. But Fuichu on the run here. They're looking to find Hracefeld. Oh no, this Camper's triangulated. Oh, Camper, it's a scary time to be you right now. Oh yeah.
And he let it happen to him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Oh, Chibiark not finding the wall stun though on the backside. Restia trying to drop as much damage as he can onto Chibiark, bring it down to a 2v1. Does manage to do so. And with that, I don't know if Fuichu
rare misses coming out from Fuichu, yeah.
Restia's just resting and playing their namesake, gets the rest off, gets a lot of health back. And with that, I'm pretty sure Alonso just looks for Fuichu here. And yeah, Big Beefy win. Get an objective after everything's said and done. Meanwhile, in the Rift, we have Schoolmeal Wemo with Paniacs, Nikki and Nissa jumping forward. Big Q from Lilypello, that bullseye, doing a lot of damage on this Amp Bow. Yamla on the front. Wolfestall is popped. With that, Lilypello and Yamla playing the corridor. They're getting a little worried here. The Twin Rush comes forward. Yamla tries to get 4 forward on the backside of Miyake-Yama, but fortunately they're able to stay safe, bring this down to a 2-on-2. Nikki and Nissa trying to finish off the Corpse of Ropes here. Mia in trouble here as Weeds is laying the beat down to Johan. Beat down! Can we get 1 Q? one Q for the one time we see. Yes, sir, we can. But on the other side of the fight, Yamla losing out against Nikki and Issa. But now that's down to a 2-on-2. They do have the ability. Oh my goodness, the healing win, the Q, the healing coming on to Yamla. Need damage in as many sources as they can get when they drop Chibiark and Gracebell in there. Chibiark, 3-man. Oh my god!
Goat!
To find any sort of angle when they have even just that little sliver of a wall, using all the safety drones they can to rest up. Sky's the limit.
Asherburst is still going to be down, though, I think.
Yeah, I believe it is still down. Yeah, 15 seconds, so big cooldown there. Raven Bergier losing half of his health on the approach. Right out the gate, timer advantage in the favor of Counterspell, the taunt coming through onto Miyane, so they find the first kill. Speak stepping up to the plate, getting a lot of damage out. Viper trying to return fire here. Oh my goodness, Counterspell is just so proving.
For the Jackie to make any kind of play.
Yeah, 100%. Hit the hammer right on the nail there, or the nail on the head as they say. Internet Rap looking for Else on the backside. Pure Age uppercut connects, but there's no follow-up as the Echoes of the Earth comes down. Mysterio does find the kill. Mysterio getting a reset, looking for more here, but they go 1-for-1 as Internet Rap falls. Queen ready, looking, finds. Oh, Else trying to get the revive here, or Kuno rather, on the Else on the backside of Mysterio. Yeah, he just loses 1v1. I mean, Lissa Scholar's at a point where he is actually no slouch in the damage department and can deal with a Jackie as showcased there. And now, oh my, yeah, see that? Dino Dance also in the Rift. Surprise, surprise against Best Friends here. Nixara going in, getting a lot of damage down up front here. IU getting kind of chunked as the health attack stat is forced out. But look at Zoe on the backside, losing half of her health, even a little more now. Nazimi landing a lot of damage. Zoe forced the blink towards the bush, and they find a kill on the IU. The 3v2 advantage state for Best Friends here. Big root from Nazimi, but Nixara and Titanium Pancakes putting a lot of pressure on them. Zoe hates herself back in the fray now, looking to try and take out Nazimi. Good root from Nazimi to keep Zoe away from him. Nazimi is playing his ranges so well right now, but it is still a 3v2 at the end of the day. And look at Best Friends has a lot of timer left as well. They're able to play outside the zone. They find the kill onto Nixarma, though, bringing it down to a 2-on-2. Zoe, oh, it's close. Titanium Pancakes does have a lot of timer. Look, oh, Striker landing. The Dimensional Strike finds the gap, was on Titanium Pancakes, loops over towards Zoe on the tail end of the fight. Here in the temp zone. Interesting. Naglfar looking for an angle. Look at Alethea on the flank. They gotta open up 12th Shrimp. If they don't find a way to 12th Shrimp, it's not gonna go well for them. Striking Tiger goes wide. Look at Zelius. He's the main focus right now, but they don't manage to assassinate him. Yeah, 12th Shrimp has had free reign. Alethea finally goes down. So does Zelius. So now down to a 2-on-2, but this Yumin is still alive. But oh, Blair almost goes down.
Yumin against two melees, though. I think he wins out.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's been unchecked this fight. The person they had to worry about most in this fight is the person they left alive. 12th Shrimp was able to make a lot happen here. Now dodging out, good. Dodges on that, so MSGK doesn't get a reset. And look at the timer situation as well. It's not even going to matter.
If you have a support to enable it, it could definitely do some dividends. I do think that the damage reduction can be pretty helpful in Bitterret, though, for sure. Oh, we are going to see a little bit of an engagement. Eu's going to find his way into the back line, but didn't end up getting much. 9 Cash is going to reactivate that plate to get on top of Starby. Does go a little behind on that route, and it's going to be EU going down first. I mean, it's a South America gap. It's looking like as the Jacqueline Acre coming down from Lifer. Lifer's going to be able to probably take out 9 Cash on the back end of this as soon as that dash is open. But Striker's making an absolute mess of them, outplaying both Starby and Miyane on the back end of that.
Here does find it. IU's also in the area, though. Meanwhile, down in Factory, Lifer stepping forward, trying to find Raven Bergier, but not going to be able to make it happen. Starby now in a 3v1 finds a kill onto Speaks, looking at Raven Bergier now. Big play from Starby. Ooh, was Red Flake with the Blue Viper to bring things back, or the Snake Bite rather. But here comes Miyane on a respawn, and with that, it's going to be Sky's the Limit going on a break from Counterspell. Starby 3v1 in a dream, making it happen. Damage came up out front, but there was just a bit of a lack of a what is this? What? Oh my... Okay, Berserkers are going to join the fray here. Eclipse is on Squirtle on the backside of Squirtle.
Oh, absolutely
put out the ones.
By the way, but...
Yes, and now J-Tang is the only carry left here, but fortunately, Delinko is also down 2v1. Oh, what am I saying? That's Actor that's alive. They're both carries. What am I on about?
They're all
three of
carries,
them are
honestly,
carries.
but-
They're all carries. What the? Why did I think active? Oh, because of the last level. It's fine. It's
So-
fine. Important cooldowns. Nine. Now with the plague available once more, we'll see what he tries to do. I'd imagine it's just going to be Nimrod's Gate. That has to be the ticket in. One gets dropped. IU's going to take it. Skyward Strike over towards J-Tang, but it goes wide. Now IU in a bit of trouble. Squirtle gets taken down so quickly. Gets left on the front side of the fight. Actor playing the corridor. Almost takes out IU, but he manages to live. And now it's down to a 2v3. Timers ticking for trigger. They have to approach this tiny chronosphere. And with that, Dino Dance is going to win out. So they should be able to...
Do you think Nazimi is prepared for the Wisu damage? As we do see the signature fireball come out, Root coming out. Root is going to use that blast energy field for a pretty big disengagement tool. Nine-Cash is really deep in the backline. Is going to be able to land that fear. I don't think the heli attack stat is going to come out in time to. Oh
no!
And I mean, Eclipse could actually do a lot of work now, but I mean, with the double single target damage, the first attack stun comes out onto the likes of Wokes, and Wokes is actually going to lose out on this DPS check eventually. Striker doesn't have a lot of timer though. Wisu was getting picked up because they had the Terminate. I think Wisu like alt-tab because he thought...
I just thought he was dead.
In so many of these fights, he's just controlling and dictating the pace of the fight throughout
look
it.
At Nazimi.
Well, this is a crazy flank. Namja, are you ready for this though? No, gonna get knocked up. The exclusive is gonna get forced out, but it is going to be a totem also forced out solo by Nazimi. Nazimi is doing so much work on this backline. Is Woke's going to go down? Nazimi is 1v9, man. Like, what is going on?
Oh, no way. That's crazy.
This guy's the go.
Finds the flank onto Namja, forcing out the exclusive, the monkey wire, everything out of Namja.
And then 1v2.
Nine is able to capitalize on it. No. Yeah, but Starby did use Blink, so that is one thing going for Remo Rising. Oh, the grandfather clock. This is actually going to give them some extra timer as well out here. So
and the cooldowns. Now they actually have the ultimates back up.
Yeah, so very big pickup for them. Oh, it's so hard to push forward into counterspell without taking too much damage, though. Lolking going to have his solar system popped, so he's going to lose out on that shield. And he's just not able to push forward. He's got to go in. Oh, he's going to try and get onto Starby here, but the Echoes of the Earth. Oh, Magnetic Storm on the backside catches Biane and Starby. But look at Astrolac and Sekiro. They've taken so much damage. They don't have the range to contest against Katya and Eva.
People are split farming. Trigger definitely got to watch out a little bit. Hello?
Is this like bait? What is this?
This is only oh, the bait worked.
I don't know if it's the bait, but like, God, I like that.
I played it a couple times on ladder. I don't know if it's good because you have to take 2 4 scores as Lenny, but I mean, when you get there, you're definitely buffing your. Oh, but you know who is not long for this one? Oh my goodness!
Oh my!
Punish coming out. I mean, we were talking about it, right?
Yeah. We were talking about it. We were literally talking about it.
Yeah, I got a little sad after I didn't see the full white come out. Yeah. So I don't know how much of that was based on the itemization versus just, okay, we know that this is counterspell because they have an Ava. But we do.
They just sent Exus to his death. Like, what? What the heck was that, man? Click it, you won't. And then he just, bet, and just died. So back to United Front. Here's our Wick team in the bottom of Forest here, but oh my goodness, this VLS from Big Beefy is ambitious, but it's gonna work out.
She absolutely obliterated them with the blast energy field.
Yeah.
I mean, that video was too tough. I mean, it's on my mind right now, rent free, but we do see Rendezvous dashing on in, is going to be able to use that Endless Hunt reactivation, but maybe a little ill-advised. Viper is still alive. Alethea is not able to pick up this kill. MSGK forcing it a little too hard, and Starby is just...
Blood for that eye shield. Right now, they've scouted out counterspell here, but Dino Dance is also on the way back in. Potential third-party opportunity for Dino Dance, but Starby gets blown up immediately. Uberman, recognizing the third party, starts to back up. Bracewell able to get the Nichiren cutout to keep himself alive, and IU gets caught out on the front side. Nine Cash is going to be next to fall here. That's counterspell.
On the back end of that, though.
Yeah, they're resurrecting Starby on the backside here, but there's no timer on the side of counterspell. They have to push forward, and they do manage to accomplish just that. Chibi Arc finds a taunt, big spring trap as well. Oh my goodness, Fleechu, time after time, finding these spring traps, making the play and strike.
Restwell, I think you should just go all 3 of you HP.
All 3 HP, yeah, I agree, but it is what it is. They've made their choice on which pills they would like to take, and now they need to find a way into Trigger here without X's blowing up Fuichu. That's going to be the main worry for Uberman here, but Plasma Dash comes through. X's lands the ult, but yeah, they're just on top of him. Oh my goodness!
The shot from Actor, and it does not matter.
It really doesn't matter at all. Wow, that was a fantastic expulsion shot. I mean, they just don't have the damage to kill Chibi-Arc, despite being triple range.
They have triple range and 2 marksmen.
Somebody's here. You can see they're already setting up some vision, trying to find some sort of angle. Actor prepping the second Q, but they're not going to do anything quite yet. Trigger, there it is. Oh my goodness. X is leading things off with the record to immediately blow up Chibi-Arc. Now they're on the hunt for Squirtle as Raceville has fallen as well. Who is itemized here? Would it be Squirtle? Yes, it is Squirtle and X is here. Both fully itemized. Okay, X's might have just got away with murder here. Yamla maybe recognizing that X's is a little exposed here, but fighting off for after a bit more. You can choose Squirtle on the backside, finds the kill onto. Oh my goodness. Okay, so see, this is where the moment where the Subamio looks incredibly good. Yeah. Like, checkpoint teams now eliminated.
X is now.
X's. Oh, is he gonna find the record? No, Nong's just gonna be able to stay safe on the backside.
Nice little. Oh, a great exclusive coming out off the expulsion shot. X is gonna go down to that Paradiso, and now it's just Squirtle and Actor that is paid in this Forest red zone. But I mean, Squirtle has a lot of DPS still left in the book. Actor on the refund of energy, but not just pumping out so much damage. It's gonna be Squirtle going down, and I think we are gonna be seeing a Game 6 coming out.
Naglfar. It's just a matter of time, so they're gonna play this slow, try to keep themselves safe. Nazimi finding some good damage onto Rendezvous on the front side here. Nine taking the White Lily, finds a Ghastly Grip onto Alethea, pulls in MSGK as well. Rendezvous is completely split from this fight as well, not able to contribute until now. Nine finding the kill on the MSGK on the backside. Rendezvous jumping in, perhaps ill-advised. Dino Dance quick to punish that, and it looks like they will win with 31 points. My goodness. Tournament a little bit longer. Dino Dance, this is their chance to win the event here. Will they be able to close it out? Big Beefy currently has control of the center of the Chronosphere, and they do have a range advantage as well. And it's a very difficult area to poke through or push through. Nine looking for a stealth engage. Look at Camper on the backside. He's pretty unchecked right now. Nine
is down already.
Down immediately, but so is Restia. Brings down to a 2-on-2. Nazimi, 2v1. In a dream. Can he make it happen? Big move from Nazimi. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. I thought Camper had it in the 1v1, but Nazimi is going absolutely nuclear on the human, and they clutch it up.
Where should we go first? Huh? It's my first time at a festival, so my heart is racing so fast. I was waiting for you. Let's go catch some fish together. This is for you. I'm shaking. I wonder what I'll get. I'm so lucky today. I wouldn't be surprised if a cat pops out of the box. A festival is better on a full stomach. If you keep acting like that, even the goldfish you've caught might slip away. Do I look different to you? Do you like it?
Light and shadow, good and evil, truth and deceit. The world is split by a singular divide. Now, there's no need to run. Once you stand trial before me, there is no escaping my judgment. Oh dear, your sins are staining my mirror with such filth. A gaze into truth. Light or shadow, which side do you fall on? Now then, shall we take aim with a bit of grace? As expected,
My mirror is never mistaken. I'm in trouble! An awful sinner is trying to kill me. Are you lucky? Ice here, dear. Guilty.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Eternal Return Challenger Series Season 11, Phase 2 Knockout Stage. How you doing, Meek?
Wow, you had that ready to go out the chamber, huh? The whole explanation of what we're getting into today. Yeah, we have the knockout stage ready to go. I'm doing good, Kaz. Yesterday, we had some pretty intense qualifiers, but now from the qualifiers, the bottom 4 teams from each bracket will be playing for their tournament lives today.
Yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. I thank you for introducing. I forgot to say my own name. I was so focused on making sure I got that full bar for bar, like perfectly introducing what we're at. But speaking of introducing, let's head over to the overview and just give you all a rundown of what we're looking at. So today, just like Meek mentioned, yesterday we had the qualifiers. Today is the knockout stage. We're only playing 4 games today. Nice little quick session. And then next week, we'll have round 1 of semifinals, which will again be 4 rounds, same time. And, on Saturday instead of a Sunday. Then you'll have the second phase, day 4. That will also be 4 rounds. Then you have the last chance the week after, right? Which we'll get back to our normal 6 rounds. And then the grand finals the Sunday after that. And you can see we're following the same point matrix. You can see, again, the overview of the schedule. Now, Meek, can you go over the teams for us?
Yeah, I'll give us the quick little rundown here on which teams will be playing in today's knockout stage. Heavenly Ability with I'm Whispers, Violet Skyfire, Neen, and a Miracle. We also have Wildcard with Ardent Q, Vad Falcon, Weatherman, and Keeper Beast. Abnormal Gameplay with Else or Else, Kuno, Listless Scholar, and Kisu. Lumia Skyfarers, there we go, with Dinnell, Ikenekopara. We'll work on that one as we go along today. Emily Kosh and Jomon. We have Berserkers with Eclipse, Athena Kai, Lockney Live, and Delenko. We also have Biblical Warriors with Faz Kortakura, Darkhong BR, and Yuriana. You may recognize some of these as some South American warriors here. We also have Where My Dog Go. Reminds me of an old name we had with a very long name we had back in the past. But yes, Passant, Meep, Aries, and Almost Not Taco playing on that team. And we also have Sky's the Limit with Raven Bergier, Speaks, Tides X, and Red Flake.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting seeing a bunch of new names coming up to the ERCS stage. You'll love to see it. See it.
Yeah, this is definitely teams we're not used to watching here. So I'm not sure which kind of lobby dynamic we're going to run into, because when you look at all these teams, I mean, I recognize Sky's the Limit from previous ERCSs, Berserkers, and I recognize a good chunk of the players that are playing, but I don't recognize them playing as a team together. And somebody dodged. -5 to whoever that is.
It happens, but yeah, like you were mentioning, we see some familiar names, and if you're playing North American solo queue, you've probably seen some of these players on the ladder. But some of them, not all of them, are making their ERCS debut or an ERCS return, right? A lot of them are players that have played on the ERCS stage before, but not with this exact roster.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some of these players have been around for a long, long time too. Like Dinnell. This guy's been around forever, man. Even way back, even in the solos days. Else or Else been around for a while. Abnormal Gameplay, really, as a team, has been together for a good amount of time now. So yeah, there's some old heads floating around in here. You got Passant as well, household name, former teammate of mine as well. For those who aren't in the know. So yeah, it'll be really exciting to see. But we've got some new heads in here too, right? Like Violet Skyfire. That's a name that's been appearing a little more often that I've been seeing on tournament streams and stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. We have one of the former Kaz coach, what is it, like proteges? Aries is somebody I've coached in the past. You might see a little bit of the minor salesman make a debut. It was debuting in qualifiers as well. So.
Yeah, I noticed that. You actually pointed that out to me. We were in call watching one of the brackets. You're like, wait, look at the Henry. And I look at it, was like, oh my god, the miter. It's there. The miter salesman slides his foot into another door.
Yeah, no, I actually really enjoy coaching. So whenever I get the opportunity to talk to some players and help them. So way back, there was a event, I think it was Lumia Academy, and Aries was actually a part of the team I was helping.
I remember that
coach.
event.
So it's exciting to see her make an ERCS debut.
Yeah, I do remember that event actually. I really like that event. I would love to see something like that make a return. I really like seeing fostering events like that where you kind of mesh players like high level players with like lower level players and give them an opportunity to learn and grow and make more connections with people as well. It's a nice like community event. I remember back when I played Smash, we used to have events called Arcadian tournaments where essentially the top ranked players would come and not be allowed to enter the tournament, but they would be coaches essentially for various brackets, and they would coach players through their matches, and yeah, it would just be a tournament full of unranked players, and the higher ranked players would have the incentive of coming to coach, and they would get paid on the side for it.
Yeah, I think it's super awesome. I really enjoy when we get opportunities to kind of bridge the gap, because sometimes it can be hard to like meet new players or meet new people in the community. So any of those like community building events, we absolutely adore. But getting into the lobby, sky's the limit. I'm glad to see them take this idea from, I think it was Introduction, right? It was Introduction that was piloting it in ERM. Won an ERM phase on it, right? So it's a very strong composition, and at least that you have somebody who's really comfortable on the Yustina, and then if I don't know if it Speaks piloting the Jenny right now, but
I would imagine
also
so, yeah.
Lumi? Yeah, what does Lumi have for us?
Trees? Okay.
And
anyways, continue your thought.
Wait, before I get to that, make sure, because you only got one break, to tweet out hashtag ERCS 2026 with whatever bangers you got. You gotta tweet on my behalf. So I appreciate any funny tweets. We do repeat them during the break time too, and we will showcase them. But sometimes people got their bangers. Sometimes people are just rooting for their teams.
Yeah.
But whatever you got, win some free event NP.
Yeah, for sure. It's free real estate. Take advantage of it. A lot of people, don't take advantage of it. And I get it. Some people just aren't comfortable tweeting out or have their own reasons otherwise. But yeah, if you have the power to do so, make sure you let it rip, man. I mean, you cheer on your favorite team, as Kaz said, or, if you got something funny to say or just something you want to share. Yeah, let it rip. Hashtag ERCS 2026. But yeah, sky's the limit composition. I would imagine it Speaks sitting there on the Jenny. But yeah, we have Darkong here taking the Fuichu mantle. Someone has to take it in his absence, I suppose.
Yeah, again, like I'm telling you, the Fuichu corner, it breaks national borders. It's an international phenomenon. But it's good to see our South American representation also locking into the Fuichu corner. I'm always excited to see SA coming and playing in our tournaments as well. It's super exciting. I play on the server every now and then, and I actually talk to a decent amount of the South American community. They're a super lovely group of people, so I'm always cheering them on.
So, question, Kaz, who do you have on your list to making it out today? Which two teams do you think will make it through this knockout stage?
See, that's like a hard question for me, because it's like, who do I want to see? Or who do I think will see it? And so who I really would love to see is, I'd obviously love to see Biblical Warriors. And I'm biased towards any of the teams that like have somebody who I've coached or like have talked to, right? So I definitely would love to see Where My Dog Go. Also, Pisan does a lot for the community. But I think teams where I'd be like, oh, they're these are teams that have made it through before. It's like Abnormal Gameplay, Sky's the Limit, Berserkers. But when you have this many new teams on the tape, you really don't know what you're in store for. There can be a lot of hectic situations, and also there's that level of unfamiliarity maybe sometimes with certain situations, so you can find yourself in really chaotic situations where you have like full team fights in Factory, and Speaks is on not even his completed weapon, not a complete headpiece. Raven Bergier also not fully itemized either, but they're just going to be running down the likes of Heavenly Ability.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're fully itemized. Strength in numbers is always the name of the game. And they're going to take advantage of it, as down on the bottom side of the map, Berserkers finds their way to a kill now, setting their sights for more. But disengage with the White Lily will be enough, as now another team coming through here Ascatora dropping the ultimate onto Lockney, gonna find this kill. Oh, it's so close. No, but it's not gonna be enough. Eclipse with some good peel on the backside as Athena Kai is chasing down Yuriana, but this corridor is so good for Eva. The laser comes through, taking out Athena Kai. Eclipse trying to flip the script here as Lockney coming back in on the top side, finds an angle onto Darkong. Lots of damage getting dropped, finds a quick kill from the bush, while Eclipse is still just thumping around on the backside. Yuriana gonna get jumped on now. Onto the other side, Lockney finding 2 kills, looking to close the gap forward and put the Biblical Warriors on a break, but it's not going to happen as the third party comes through from Sky's the Limit. Speaks is so low, enters the play dead, but for now, still alive. As Sky's the Limit tries to march forward, great boxes over the wall from Lockney Live. Managing to find the kill onto Speaks. I believe, actually, Biblical Warriors were the ones who got that kill. As the fighting still continues down in the barge, it's just an absolute slaughter fest as people are just respawning and killing each other over and over again.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see how people take these like shorter sample size, right? Because we're playing only 4 games today. It's interesting to see how people try to dictate the pace of their early game. Are they going to play the more controlled, farm-oriented, or are they going to go for turning points, right? Because while you can accumulate a lot of kills, the thing is, it's a lot of opportunity. There's still opportunity cost. You're racking up turning points, but you're not racking up that mastery, as we still see another engagement between the Biblical Warriors and the likes of Sky's the Limit. A little bit wide are the skill shots coming out from Ravenbird here, and now we see that Fate the Wavering Force out. Fazcore to Kura is going to use that winner takes all to go over the wall. Yuriana's going to go down to the Astra Burst coming out from the likes of Ravenbird here. Still pretty low is that Justina, but with that sustain from the Johan, should be able to heal up. And Speaks is going to use that. I think that was a blink, right? I don't think that was an electric.
Yes, it was a blink.
Interesting, because I usually see Jenny's
the shift, right?
The shift, yeah.
Yeah, you figure she has such a short auto attack range that really any little bit can help. And with her play dead passive, she doesn't have to worry about certain things that other carries would have to worry about and would want blink for. And she also does have access to a wall dash. It's a pretty small wall dash, but a wall dash nonetheless. So, yeah, very interesting that they opted for the blink instead of the electric shift. The leaping strike going to come through from Eclipse, but it's not going to find its mark on the Dinnell on the backside. Now the rest of the team collapsing to assist them, but with that, Athena Kai is going to ult in, but already chunked so low. Going to be forced right back out after ulting in immediately, but the Meteorite over in the barge, I believe, is uncontested, so Berserkers are going to try and rotate towards that as Red Flake.
This guy's the limit.
Oh, get wiped, yeah. This guy's the limit actually getting wiped. Oh, is it a break?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a break. Yeah, they got timers. Okay.
So I was interested in all those kills were in the day 2 tree fight, but luckily somebody went down before it. As we do see Lissa Scholar jumping on in, but you know, maybe biting off a little more than they could chew against Heavenly Ability. I did want to mention, oh wait, actually, if I get the opportunity, as ERCS is going to try to cut out the likes of.
Wait.
Where my dog?
That's a wipe.
That is a wipe on abnormal gameplay, actually. And I'm going to be honest, in a 4-game series, that early game wipe is so big, man.
Yeah.
It's so big. Because now you're at 1 point and you have only 3 games to make up whatever deficit comes up. Now I have a little opportunity while they're on the screen. I do like, so we are, you know, as passionate casters are, usually we are following the qualifiers. Berserkers were playing a Charlotte, Bihyung, and Mercacomp, and I didn't really love it, honestly.
No, me neither.
But I do like this pivot to the Arda. I think it plays a lot more into the strength, and also I think the bigger thing is it just gives you more neutral. I think one of the things that, like, when you really double down on this tank bruiser identity, and you don't have a Lenny to facilitate it, right?
Yeah.
Lenny allows for the neutral skips with the spring trap, or like, you know, jumping on in and then using the spring horn, or the air horn rather. If you don't have either of those things, it's really hard to play. And so Arda offers the neutral skip with the Nimrod's Gate, but also, you know, you have the, you know, you can throw out the Papyruses, you can throw out the Babylon's Cubes, and you can still provide some damage in the neutral. You just don't have neutral, but you also don't have a great way in when you had the Charlotte versus the Arda. And I think that was something they were struggling with yesterday. So I'd like that they made this adjustment. I think it's a great pivot for Lockney to be on this Arda today.
Yeah, for sure. I think you hit the nail on the head for sure. I mean, you need some sort of enabler, especially for melees like Biyoung. Biyoung is very, she has a very hard time getting in, right? So having someone else that can really create that angle for you, like Arda, like Lenny, that's exactly what you need. You need an enabler to really let these characters shine as hard as they can. But Over in Hotel, the Twins rush connecting onto Basan on the backside, lands a bat skill into a blue, with Aries able to finish that off. So good response from Basan, creating some self-heal for him. Whispers looking to get in, good response. Oh, Aries is gonna get taken down here by Neen unless he can land this pull. No. Actually, Neen just respects it entirely, backs off. Aries stays alive, keeping Where My Dog Go alive here. That was a very scary situation. I thought for sure Neen would have tried to finish that off, but letting him go for now. Meanwhile, over in the Rift, teamfight breaking out, sky's the limit, and Berserkers looking to fight Eclipse going in towards the backside here. He's actually found himself behind the entire enemy team as the Astro Burst is forced out and the Blink, so the taunt connects afterwards from Athena Kai, who's on Raven Bergier. Expulsion shot will be able to create the heal Raven Bergier needs to keep himself alive, but Red Flake has just been getting ran at this whole time by Eclipse. Finally taken down. So now in a 2v3, Berserkers look to press the issue even further and finish this off. Raven Bergier burnt pretty much everything earlier, so should be easy kill for Athena Kai with a Nimrod's Gate to loop it back as well. No effort wasted by Berserkers to close this out cleanly.
I think I'm a little curious how much of that was an unforced error from Sky's the Limit to separate, because I think if they actually just group on top of each other, the Merca seems very scary, but you have so much sustain, and you have the carpet, you have the expulsion shot. I think you can actually just sit on top of each other with the Faith Unwavering as well, and just kind of like box that comp if they go in.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually don't think they have the damage to chew through the Johan sustain if you just group together.
The strong suit of the composition definitely revolves around how strong they are as a unit, right? We're going to see Eclipse going down here, but yeah, again, how strong they are as a unit. You know, if you're all together and they're all forced to jump on you together, you have so many AoE tools. You have Faith Unwavering to push people out. You have Carpet, you have Acceptance Speech as well. If you get a big Acceptance Speech charm off into Astro Burst, that is so much damage that can be dropped on pretty much everybody. So yeah, you have a lot of ways on this Sky's the Limit composition to make sure people don't, or rather can't, jump on you carelessly. But when you get split up, it becomes a lot easier for them to focus you down one at a time.
Yeah, and I think it's what caused Red Flake to kind of just get ran down, right? If you group on top, you just gotta trust that you can keep each other alive, and I think you can, right? This comp is incredibly strong. It won an ERM phase, so there's a reason they're even playing in the first place, as we do see some rather fortuitous RNG going over to likes of Ardent Q on a more damage-oriented Alex build, because I think they have that one off to the front line, as Darkong is just ripping that VF eruption and just doing so much damage like the speaks, forcing out that play dead already. Fast forward, Sakura is making a lot of space, but the poke from Raven Bergier is pretty strong. You're going to see that Bunny Morph come out, blink on the Astro Burst, and look at that return damage. Huge coming out from the lineup of Biblical Warriors to take out both Raven Bergier and Red Flake on the back end of that fight.
That was a nice little combo as well. I believe that's Yuriana with the hat change to pull everyone in, to chain it into the taunt from Class Cortora. You'll see it here on the back end of this fight, I believe. I'm just going to check the replay. It's right at the end here. Yeah, Faz uses the ult to cut everything off, funnel them in. Yeah, there's the change into the taunt. Just really good synergy. And on the backside, I mean, the Eva's just completely safe. There's no more avenues of opportunity to get to her.
Yeah, it's an interesting composition too, because you're playing Bi-Hyung as a tank, which, okay. Yep.
Oh, right.
Looking good to me. Pre-4 score. All right. Thank you.
Sure.
I mean, don't mind if I do. But I do like the idea, right, where you have a lot of ways of just kind of making a lot of space for the Ava. I am a little worried against like something like a Berserker's comp, where maybe you just don't have enough gas in the tank to chew through 2 tanks. But it definitely is really good against these more squishy compositions, and maybe that's all that they're looking to beat.
Yeah, they're going to need a little more itemization to deal with Berserkers here, I think. But we'll see. Perhaps I'm wrong as they're looking to take the fight. They find a pick on the Lockney here. Lockney forced to use the Artigate defensively, which is going to make it a harder job for the melees to really get in. Yuriana forced to change away from Athena Kai. Darkong going to deal with the Leaping Strike. It's going to connect square on. He's going to get pushed back in. But with that, Darkong running, trying to stay safe, but nobody is here to assist him on the backside. So Athena Kai should be able to pick this up. Yes, the kill is found. Meanwhile, on the other side, Yuriana on the run. And yeah, look at that. Just no damage at all has stuck to Eclipse. I mean, there's been a whole team fight, and he's taking the most damage at the tail end of this fight, running in a straight line at Yuriana. So, yeah, not quite enough gas in the tank, as you said, for the Biblical Warriors to deal with Berserkers quite yet. That was also a rather unfortunate fight for the side of Berserkers. I mean, Lockney got caught out immediately, bat-skilled back in towards Yuriana and Darkong, but it just didn't matter because these tanks are just too menacing.
Yeah, I think until you have that chaser online for the Ava, you just don't. She does a lot of like good damage to chip and squishies, but she's not chewing through a tank's HP bar until the armor penetration is online.
Yeah. Ooh, Speaks almost getting hit with that hook there. Raven Bergier, though, on this side angle is finding so much damage cut off with the Astro Burst, as well as the rest of the team funnels in. Arden Q gonna get taken out by Speaks. Speaks has a lot of move speed here. I believe the adrenaline's fully stacked. So with that, just speeding forward, getting more move speed from Red Flake as well. Really good job by Raven Bergier to set up that fight for his team. As meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Uptown, Dinnels kept himself pretty safe and managed to take out Fast Couture quite easily here. Does he have enough here? Finds the knock-up timing after the stasis on Yuriana, and Darkong's gonna go down right after. Wow, really good fight from Lumia Skyfarers.
Yeah, I think on the back end of that, wait, actually, as we do see Whispers blinking on in with that. Oh, wow, and with the follow-up with the Twitch Rush from Violet Skyfire, that's going to be Lockney going down. Now, Neen needs to stay alive in this fight because Neen has so much of their damage, and if you're looking at Eclipse does have that Blackfire Dragon online, so I don't think they actually have a great chance of killing without Neen being a little healthier in the fight, so will be only 2 kills going down in Berserkers. Athena Kai's trying her absolute best to turn it, but with the circulation and the extra damage coming out from Violet Skyfire, on the back end, great engage onto Arda. It's really the only... It's a very dive-oriented composition from Heavenly Ability, and you only got one dive target. So, great job on them on sticking the landing on the one person they can't land on.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it can be difficult, right? Because you look at Berserkers here, you want to try and get to this Arda. That's definitely target numero uno if you're playing a more scrappy composition. But it can be difficult. I mean, Eclipse has a lot of displacement. You got Baskel on Athena Kai with the taunt as well. A lot of zone control that they can have with their ultimates as well. So, yeah, I mean, can be difficult to get to this Arda. So, good find by them. Meanwhile, down in Beach, Lumia Skyfarers once again here. Now posturing with Where My Dog Go. Where My Dog Go? I believe they picked up the Boxer. So, yeah, they should be good to back out, which is exactly what they're going to do. I believe that's a chest slot. That's what the icon looks like, or yes. So that's going to go over to Passant. He will pick up Bikini, and that will certainly make this Tia significantly more difficult to kill as they swap the chest slot, the Elegant Gown, over to Meep. I actually really like that. I was kind of thinking like, oh, why wouldn't they just get a blood slot to Meep? But yeah, I actually like the way they played this out with their gear swapping.
Wait, can we take a peep at this Estelle build though?
It's it does a lot of damage.
It does damage, but
but damage isn't what this team needs, is the thing. Yeah, you already have 2 damage dealers, so we'll see how it works out. It might catch some people off guard because they might not expect Estelle to be doing that kind of damage in a composition like this. But yeah, Eclipse gonna leaping strike forward, find a way to separate Weatherman from the team, but Weatherman on Lennox here completely more than capable of soaking up any damage they throw his way. Oh, I think someone got left behind on the jump pad there, but it's fine. Lumia Skyfarer is going to VLS out. Yeah, and then for now, things are relatively calm.
I think I like the identity of the wildcard composition if the Alex is able to, you know, like land the combos, because you do win very often with Adina, like a War of Attritions, right? Because you start getting those star conjuncts, and with the sun damage, it's not as strong as it used to be, right? I think Adina has seen some changes in where her power budget lies, but still very good at those very elongated fights. But my only concern is Alex is not the best, like, long damage dealer. I think he's a lot more of, like, you know, find that combo and then kind of run away, or, like, you know, somebody follows up on that initial combo.
more I think really nowadays Alex has found himself as kind of the like Helix merchant, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which has not been good because I feel like ever since Dragon's Fury got released, the Alex stocks have just been down since then. Don't get me wrong, still a solid character, but definitely the stocks have been down. Looping Strike coming through to find engagement here. They're going to set their sights towards me, perhaps identifying that he is full damage here. So Eclipse is just going to jump on him, force the blink out immediately from me, Passant. Tagging Eclipse with a red after a root, but Eclipse staying in melee range, knows the weakness of Tia is staying in that melee range, but his silence does connect. Baskill to try and peel Eclipse off of him, while Lockney tries to stay safe on the backside. Looks like Athena Kai was the first one to find a kill in this team fight, bringing it down to a 2v3. Athena Kai now regrouping with the team. Meep is going to get 2v1 here. Well, Passant tries to deal with Eclipse, but he's going to go down soon here. Yes! And Meep is the last one alive. I believe this will be a wipe going in the favor of Berserkers.
Yeah, it's hard for that team composition to chew through the HP bar of that Mirka on the double blood setup. And it's like the microwave blood setup too, right? You got the Prominence and the Blackfire Dragon online. So she's doing a lot of damage just by standing near you. And good target assessment. Neep is not actually that safe. You know, especially if the shield is down, there's not a lot of damage reduction. And it's a very squishy Estelle build that needs to be in melee range of two people that want you in melee range, right? So is just gonna get caught out by the Mirka. And who did we just see completely wiped? It will be Wildcard. I think the wipe was going over from the likes of Sky's Limit. Really well played. They are on the itemization you expect to see, right? You see the blood weapons online for both the Yusina and the Jenny. And we are also seeing the Henry of Lumia Skyfarers. Actually, Lumia Skyfarers looking pretty strong themselves. Jomon on the Pixie Boots. Eldine Boots. We got the full red boot squad, right? We got the red shoes, Eldine Boots, and Pixie Boots online for that team. Violet Skyfire on red shoes, and I think Whispers was on the Rose Steps.
Yeah, definitely got their Jordans and Reeboks on for them, but we'll see if they can make their way into the zone safely. They're going to get spotted on CCTVs by Sky's the Limit here. Already seeing Sky's the Limit posture, looking for some damage here. Emily Kosh going to take a little bit of poke here, while Raven Bergier winning neutral hard against Dinnell, who's going to get super chunked. Soul Link forced out immediately before the fight even begins, but Red Flake on the backside gets chunked, and here comes the third party from Heavenly Ability. Well, here is the Vampire Queen going to come through, but the rest of Heavenly Ability is not here yet. Violet Skyfire arriving now, as well as Neen. Emily Kosh looking to stay safe as Lumia Skyfarers lose 2 members here.
Oh, interesting. It's the Red Sprite demo coming out from, I think it's Violet Skyfire. And the other one's on Vampiric. Yeah, Emily Kosh is on Vampiric. And Violet Skyfire is on... I've seen it before. I still don't know if I'm a believer in it, though. But... And it wasn't Eclipse Technology. W Production for realizing that. It was, I think it was Eclipse I saw first debut in the Red Sprite on demo.
Yeah, I remember Eclipse would be playing, what was it, Red Sprite Strider, which is, you know, you get a lot of upfront burst damage for free with it, so it's a bit of a different take on the usual ramp up, but Violet Skyfire going to land the Twins Rush on the backside, take out Dinnell. Emily Kosh, now the last one left, going to get taken out soon. Berserkers smell blood in the water. Look at them collapsing in to try and make something happen here on Heavenly Ability. They know they may be down some cooldowns here, and with that Heavenly Ability, it's just going to take the timer soak to try and get some of these cooldowns back. You can see that Neen's Blink is down. A couple other cooldowns probably they're waiting on as well, so they're just going to take a VLS and find some way to...
Oh, they're looping back the stream. I was actually hoping they would do this. This is very
I would too. I like this more, personally. It's a lot easier to deal with Berserkers as their composition, but not only that, but this terrain is a lot easier to buy time to get these vital cooldowns back.
Absolutely, yeah. I was about to mention it. I think the Sky's the Limit composition is going to be a lot harder to fight, so at the very least you have a better chance at fighting for your second, and then maybe you can win. But it is going to be still an uphill battle. Eclipse is very tanky, but they also don't have a lot of timer, right? So they're going to have to make the play soon, as we do see the Nimrod's Gate rather getting taken in. Vampire Queen coming out. Huge combos coming out, but look at the damage on Whisper. Just too much damage. Violet Skyfire not on another time. They're going to boom very soon. Neen's going to boom first, and it will just be a pretty easy War of Attrition timer scam coming out from the likes of Berserkers. Now, I think the lineup of Sky's the Limit has enough damage at this point to chew through the HP bars of the likes of Berserkers. If they play, like we mentioned, a little more concentrated, right? I think the biggest problem is if you leave Red Flake on an island, he's going to get run down, and you really do need the sum of all his parts, right? But we do see Eclipse taking on that Nimrod's Gate, gonna get flipped in. Raven Bergier is dashing really far in, trying to take the 1v1 with Lockney here, and is doing a decent amount of damage. Speaks does get that acceptance speech forced out, but now it's going to be on the Jenny to pump out that consistent damage. Faith and Wavering forced out, but we do see the fight is very sectioned off. Lockney goes out first. Really great assassination attempt coming out from Raven Bergier. And now if they just are able to kind of weather the storm and to keep Red Flake alive, but will be Red Flake going down. But I think Speaks has enough damage to actually chew through the HP bar of Eclipse, and it should be Athena Kai losing out on this 2v1 unless some miracle plays coming out. Great expulsion shot by Raven Bergier to push her away after that winner takes all does land. A little bit of a whiff on the carpet, but Red Flake should just be booming here, and I think Speaks has enough consistent damage. Does get the heal, but the timer is available to the likes of Sky's the Limit. Should just play for this timer scam at this point too. Just take control of that Chronosphere. You're guaranteed to win off timer alone if you just hold the zone. And Athena Kai kind of press for options here. I don't think, no self-res is available. The zone is moving towards her. She's going to be able to use that safety drone to buy a little more time. She does land the taunt onto Raven Bergier, does land the bad skill, but I just don't think there's enough. Asher Burst is going to protect Raven Bergier from the ultimate, and then it will be Speaks just finishing that off with the Magic Bullet Proc.
Yeah, it was a good attempt from Athena Kai at the end there. I like the idea of wrapping all the way around and trying to find some sort of angle with the wall, but yeah, it's still a 2v1, still very much an uphill battle. And yeah, Speaks having the damage to be able to rip through those tanks, but you know, the star of the show really was Raven Bergier finding that assassination. That was not what I was expecting to happen at all walking into this fight. I was like, okay, they're going to try and stay together, play as a unit, play together. And all of a sudden I see Raven Bergier just on the backside 2v1ing against Athena Kai and Lockney looking for the assassination. And yeah, managed to find it and bring the fight down to a 2v3, really easing the pressure for his team to be able to play.
Yeah, super well played. We'll see it on the replay, but if you're able to get the Arda down, usually I just think the heavy knee pads Arda is not, especially with the composition, right? It's probably not the best assassination target, right? But I mean, Raven Bergier finds his angle and is able to take him out and take the Arda out rather. And after that, it's once Lockney's down, right? It's so hard for them to find that consistent in, right? You don't have access to that Nimrod's Gate anymore. And so you're just going to slowly get whittled out by the kiting available to the Jenny with the carpets, plus the sustain coming out from the Johan. And yeah, it's really great target assessment from Raven Bergier, and Lockney barely isn't able to click out this Nimrod's Gate in time. I think the Cataclysm takes her out right before she's able to take it.
Okay, this might be my headcanon, but I think Lockney clicked the kiosk instead of the Nimrod's Gate.
You might be right.
And brought up the menu because there looked to be some kind of weird movement going on where she kind of got locked up by something, and there was no crowd control, right? So I was like, what the heck is going on? I think that's what happened. Oh, we're going back. Oh, we got technology. Yeah, look at, I believe that.
I think you're right.
I think that's a kiosk click. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
it definitely
that's for sure a kiosk click. Yeah, because look at where they're positioned, right? It's a very easy misclick to have happen.
And I think maybe because I was a little surprised she wasn't able to get out. Because I think a couple of skill shots Raven Bergier doesn't end up getting off, but that is the fight breaker, right? I think maybe Speaks is able to dash over the wall and kill her anyways, but then you're really dispositioned, and I'm pretty sure Red Flake actually goes down without a lot of traded damage. And at this point, it's just too hard for Athena Kai, right? You have fully itemized damage dealers focusing you. The playdead is still available for Speaks, so even if she was able to lock down Speaks, get that kill, you still have the playdead, and then the timer probably just ends up winning out on the back end of it anyways. A nice attempt to wrap does end up landing the winner takes all onto Raven Bergier, but there's still the Astro Burst. So there's just too many safety nets available to the likes.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely way too many safety nets. And that's the name of the game with these two carries, right? Because Justina is not the longest range mage. She does have some respectable amount of range, but there's certainly mages with far more. But what she lacks in range, she makes up for in safety. She has a relatively low cooldown dash. And Astro Burst, I mean, hey, this is one of the premier safety tools in Eternal Return. Meanwhile, on the other side, you have Jenny. I mean, you got Carpet, Acceptance Speech, Play Dead. The list goes on and on. You have a Moose Speed Steroid as well from your Persona. So, yeah, quite a lot of ways to stay safe despite lacking the strongest neutral in the game. You do have a lot more going for you. So, yeah, really well done by Sky's the Limit, though, on the back end of that fight.
Yeah, so I'm like artifact damaging my way through reality, but we do have the scores ready, and we will be able to share who took the -5 as well. But do you want to take it away for us, Meek?
Yeah, I will take it away for us here. So, Sky's the Limit in first place, no surprise there, with 22 points on the board. In second place will be Berserkers with 20.5 points. Heavenly Ability with 10.5 points. Unfortunately, they were the ones that held the -5, so if the scores look a little weird for them, that would be why. In fourth place is Biblical Warriors with 8.5 points. I want to say where did my dog go, because that's like proper English, but it's just where my dog go. In fifth with 7 points, winning out the tiebreaker against Lumia Skyfarers, who will be in sixth with also 7 points. Seventh place will have Wildcard with 5 points, and in eighth place will be Abnormal Gameplay with 1 point on the board.
Yeah, it's really important that the teams on the bottom half have a really solid game too. Now, I
Yes.
do usually say game 3 is the decider of the lobby, but
Mhm.
when you're in this much of a deficit, you really need to lock in going into this round 2, right? Especially if you're a team like not Sky's the Limit, sorry, Abnormal Gameplay rather, who did have a rough start, right? They really need this game to give them the opportunity to even compete for that deciding game 3.
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, you really have to perform in every game on these 4-game series. You may be able to have one bad game, but any more than that, and you are playing from a massive deficit. Because you only have 4 games, I mean, each game would be weighted to 25% of what you can pull, whereas in a 6-game series, it would be, 16, 17%, somewhere around there, as far as how much percentage weight you can expect to pull for your points. So yeah, if one game goes sour in a 4-game series, you're playing a bit from behind. If 2 go sour, yeah, you are not going to have a very good time, especially in this knockout stage where it's the top 2 teams get out. The top 2 teams are definitely going to perform at the very least strong in 3 of their 4 lobbies, or consistently well in all 4 lobbies.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am excited to see some team composition pivots, right? We see Wildcard going over to the Weatherman on the Marcus, Keeper Beast on the Lenny. We do see Kuno. It's a very low damage core
It's different.
outside
Well,
of the here.
normally they're running this composition with Priya. I'm so used to seeing Kuno on Priya. So yeah, this is definitely different to have, especially this kind of setup on Leon where you have Sentinel with Protocol Violation. They're really all in on the else or else basket here.
Yeah, I think LCRS is a great player, but
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Lumi, what you got for me?
Lumi?
Before we yeah, sorry, Yappin. Mythral, okay, the seed has been fixed, as we've been saying, no meteorites and 4 scores only. Remember, you're getting your only break right after this game. Hashtag ERCS 2026. Give us your funniest tweets, cheer on your favorite team, whatever you want to do. Make sure you get it in, because you only got one chance at that event at B. But, as I was mentioning, the difference between Priya and Tom Leon is Priya offers a lot more damage. I'm not going to lie. I
100%.
Especially in the modern iteration of Tom Leon, where numbers have been shifted and scalings have been shifted, Priya's just doing a lot more, and also has a utility. This is really just a utility pick, and when you also have an 11, you're putting a lot of... Listen, I think even if you had like EO on the Zahir, that's a tough ask, So it's like, this is a very, very high expectation you're putting on like your one circle, right? Like you're just like your superstar mage player.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing that I really like Tonfa Leon for is his engage and peel potential between Duck Dive and Surf's Up. I mean, you can look for angles with Duck Dive to Surf's Up. You can use Surf's Up defensively to peel people off of your carries. I think it's very great as a pick with 2 other ranged characters beside you. Pairing it with an 11, yeah, damage definitely starts to become a worry on the Tonfa Leon. Had this been maybe Glove Leon with like Accelerator, maybe more assassin style Leon, I could maybe see the angle. You send the 11 in, she lands the on-air to a taunt, which changed the duck dive into like a Leon assassination attempt. Yeah, I could kind of see the vision with that, but with no damage behind it from the Leon, I also have some worries, but we'll see. Perhaps they'll prove us wrong. I do love the core of Zahir 11. A lot of we've seen Zahir 11 in the past actually do some pretty crazy things. So yeah, it'll be exciting to see if that core of the composition can really shine here.
Yeah, I definitely think it. I mean, they've kind of been a static roster for a while too, so they definitely have a lot of trust in each other to pilot these kinds of comps. But yeah, I'll be excited to see how it pans out. I definitely think might be a struggle against compositions like Berserker side, where you just have so much HP to chew through.
Yeah, and we'll see if we have another Battle of the Barge. This has been a bit of a new thing. I don't know why. Just this season, it seems like there's always like 2 to 3 teams down here ready to scrap it out, and we see just that happening once again as Lockney is going to be able to join Athena Kai and Eclipse here to turn the numbers advantage into Berserker's favor. They find 1 kill onto Dinnell, but Jomon able to make it out. So only half a point found for Berserkers for now as they continue their footing in the barge. Meanwhile, Ardent Q gonna get taken out here by Biblical Warriors, setting their sights to more kills here. Looks like Keeper Beast actually hyperlooped in here to back up Weatherman, but they don't really have much damage left here as a Lenny and a Marcus. Ardent Q now respawning, but once again, bringing this down to a 2v3. Biblical Warriors are more than happy to keep taking these kills as they hyperloop in.
Yeah, I do like Yuriana switching over to the core line. I actually think they are a very strong core line pilot. I've seen them play before, so it's as we do see Ravenbird are getting caught out a little bit from the jump impact into the combo from Nurka, but Nimrod's Gate actually, they're not giving up on the chase. Plasma Dash committed. We do see the Hex popped in, but now Darkon VR is looking to third party this. Lockney taking a decent amount of damage. Is she going to be able to get herself out of the situation? We do have Last Court Takura on the back line. Gonna miss out on that though, and is a little bit extra damage needed from Yuriana. Does get that assistance. The Shackles is in. Locks down Athena Kai for just a second, but with that winner takes all taunt landing, it will be Yuriana also going down on the back end of that fight.
So for now, teams just trying to farm their bear rotations on this night cycle, finding fights where they can. Looking at the map, yeah, you can see a lot of split farming going on here. Lumia Skyfarers all split up on this bottom side of the map here. Abnormal gameplay also looking to find a little bit of splitting, trying to rack up that extra credits during this night cycle to try and make sure they can hit their first call-in rotation on a pretty good tempo here. I mean, people always talk about getting it before alpha or getting it before rifts. I think you should be getting it far earlier than that, like a minute before those, so that way you can get good positioning for things. Red Flake gonna be able to back up Speaks with the Faith of the Wavering, keeping him up, but Ares has good distance here, able to keep himself safe for now. But yeah, getting that Force Core online, I think you got to get it early, because that can be an opportunity for you to find better kills, better positioning, better things to do on the map with that extra strength available earlier.
Absolutely. I'm looking at a lot of these compositions, and a few of them give me a little bit of concern on eating through these wild card and Berserkers HP bars, right? I think
Yes.
Biblical Warriors might struggle. I think Where My Dog Go will struggle. Heavenly Ability, Lumia Skyfarer, Sky's Limit, not so much, but abnormal gameplay also, that Zahir isn't able to constantly land that damage, as Eclipse is going to jump on in with that Nimrod's Gate. It's going to get a great little push on Dino into the rest of their team. Emily Kosh is going to go down, and now it should be Jomon going down from the chase from Lockney. Oh, good cancel on the channel of the time jump with the Nimrod's Tombstone.
I remembered from last time, the Tombstone. Busting out that technology. Okay, I see you, Kaz. I see you. But yeah, I like that you. Oh, hold on. We got to look at something here. Apparently, there's some shenanigans that happened.
Oh, wait. There's a meteorite dropping. Wait. Oh,
it's
no.
And it hits Emily Koch as well. Oh, my goodness.
Pushing into the meteorite. You found the angle. That was good. Good stuff.
But yeah, speaking of Eclipse, yeah, I don't know. This is a very... Oh, I can't even talk about it right now. As another fight breaks out, Else is on a side angle, unable to regroup with the team. And yeah, it looks like it's been recognized. They tried to chase through this corridor, but she's able to stay safe. With the Scholar finding a taunt into a duck dive from Fescator, but without Else here, there's just no damage. 3-man tornado, big damage coming out, but it's not going to be enough. The solo mission of Else not going to be fruitful here, as Lista Scholar will get taken down next. Kuno just going to stay safe and keep abnormal gameplay in the lobby.
Yeah, I think this Biblical Warriors composition is really hard to get on top of, right? You got a Lennox plus constant Shackles of Sin coming out like the double snare from the core line. It's really hard to get on top of this Ava. Now we do see Ares and Passant trying to get a kill onto, was it, I think it wasn't Violet Skyfire, it was Neen on the Tsubame. But it is already Whispers down, and now Skyfire is going to go down, I think, as well, as the Amtron gets popped. It's always fun to see. When you see the heli attack stat, the selfish ult coming out. Do more damage.
You know, maybe they'll try to rotate to the Rift, and these cooldowns won't matter, right? It's that would be the ideal world for where you would want to rotate towards. But yeah, I am worried about teams trying to kill these Berserkers tanks because there's not too much auto attack presence in this lobby. A lot of the damage is either mages or bruisers, which Berserkers are quite good into. So yeah, we'll see how teams adapt to that. Alpha currently being contested by Sky's the Limit and Wildcard here. Arden Q taking a lot of poke from Raven Bergier. Bergier stepping forward. Can completely ignore Keeper Beast, trying to take out this Alex, dropping the Astro Burst. Now Speaks able to regroup with the team, trying to set their sights towards Keeper Beast as Arden Q takes the White Lily to get themselves out. Springtrap going to knock back Raven Bergier and Speaks. Keeper Beast going to be able to stay safe for now.
And Meep is soloing out Dino. I mean, there it is. And Pastel's broken. What can I say? I mean, yeah. It's a Meep universe, as we do see a pretty clean sweep coming out from where my dog go against the Lumiere Skyfarers.
Yeah, don't sleep on the Horus. That thing does some damage.
I want to sleep on it because I don't want to see anybody playing it in my game. I'm not that cold, actually.
I hate to break it to you, but Meep is not the first person I've seen playing this full Ampastel build. It's there's a couple menaces running around being, as they say, terrorists.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Frown on my face if I see myself. Oh, great engage. Wait, a little dunk dive going on to Ares, and now it's gonna be just Meep trying to play their life to make sure that they don't wipe. Oh, the salesman has appeared. Yes, sir. Just a different character. Does not matter. Oh, I mean, not on that one, unfortunately. Not yet. But you know, they'll convert. Kuno's a believer, though.
Yeah, Kuno's a believer. I mean, hey, oh, what is this devilish angle? Wait, what's the Scholar's gonna scout this out? Holy hold. Brain of the Vampire Queen coming forward with the blink from Whispers, finds the root onto Else, or Else on top. The full damage comes through, but Else staying safe for now as Neen gets the assassination on the backside now, setting his sights towards taking out the tank of Listless Scholar. And that will be 2 members of Abnormal Gameplay falling as day 3 hit as well, so it's gonna be 400 credits forked over. Well, or 300 if they get in hospital, but another fight breaking out, or not breaking out, finishing up on the top side here. Sky's the Limit, losing 2 members as well. Raven Bergier, the last one alive. Lumia Skyfarers winning out here.
Yeah, it was really hectic. I'm actually surprised they were able to win despite the item disadvantage. And Red Flake is going to go for that. Self-res not going to get it off. And a great fight one coming out from the Lumia Skyfarers. And on the other end of that fight with abnormal gameplay between Heavenly Ability, which we see on our screen now. We'll get back to that because I think they might get... But the problem is there's not a great target for Whispers and Skyfire to look for their combo onto. And honestly, I don't know if they win the front to back yet because Neen is not that itemized and Weatherman is quite itemized. And Keeper Beast is going to be able to keep that Marcus pretty active in the fight. So it might just be a good disengage angle for the...
Whoa! Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those O's, you know, it's like, oh.
Yeah, ambitious from I'm Whispers, but that's a Marcus. He's going to shove you out of circulation into the wall after your blink, and it's what the heck is okay? Meep is getting active, bro. I told you this Estelle is no joke on the full hip. Do not hate on this.
Absolutely slimed by the Estelle solo, but Meep is going to get traded out on the back end of that, and the third party from Sky's the Limit is going to section off both the teams from their ability to res their respective teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're not in the... Oh, Lumi in a very fortuitous position for Biblical Warriors, though.
But where do you go now if you're Biblical Warriors? You could take the CCTVs, but at this point, you see the fleet of drones flying towards you from the top side, and you know there's action below you, but over on Pond, another fight breaking up. Berserkers locking on the backside, staying pretty safe. Weatherman now getting on to her, but Athena Kai is here to offer peel. Keep locking safe. Good wall stun by Weatherman here, finding that rattle damage. Does manage to win out, but I don't think he'll be long for this world. Oh, good pushback from Weatherman here. We'll see how he decides to play this. Maybe he takes the jump pad last second. Oh, it almost looks so good. It would have been clean, but
great third party though.
Sky's the Limit. Wait, they're a two-man operation. They're not looking to get any third party. They're just looking to get a revive off, I believe, in Hospital here. Try and downsize some of the credits needed. Oh, the Wolf dropping some RNG as well, so a little reimbursement on the credits being used to revive for Berserkers.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks pretty fortuitous though if Sky's the Limit realized the scope of the fight, right? Where they probably could have actually gotten a kill on Eclipse after landing on top of him. But it's kind of scary to land on top of a Merc as two backliners. I get it. As abnormal gameplay does get the very powerful barge rotation. The night barge rotation is the stuff of legend currently, right?
Quite powerful. Yes, it is very good. I mean, you have 4 bears. Oh, that alone on the bottom side of the map is just so good for not even just for RNG opportunities, but just for experience.
And we are seeing a little bit of the neutral game between the likes of Berserkers and Heavenly Ability. Now, the Nimrod's Gate just threatens the fight so hard, but Eclipse can actually take a decent amount of damage from Nini, does have a decent amount of itemization. Also, we do have the Sultan Adorn, which does a decent amount of current HP damage. So, there's not a lack of the ability to chew through tanks on this lineup. It's just, do you chew through them fast enough before they just run down one of usually your Whispers, right? Like Whispers has no answer, unfortunately.
But else, going to be able to stay safe for now. Yeah, good peel from the side of abnormal gameplay here. Else completely full health. Weatherman is just taking so much damage, and there's no return fire from the side of Wildcard here. They don't have any damage to deal onto Alyssa, Scholar, and Kuno. One target too tanky, the other one providing shielding as well. If they don't manage to get onto Else in that initial engagement, the fight falls apart for them, and that is exactly what had happened. So good fight for a normal gameplay, but they're not out of the woods yet. Sky's the Limit is right around the corner here. Now looking for a route. Red Flake not going to be able to find it. Kiting back is abnormal gameplay. Perhaps not looking to take this fight against Sky's the Limit. Maybe realizing this is not a good spot to try and fight this team.
Yeah, and it is interesting seeing the Commander's headset coming out from the Lenny, but I assume that's because RNQ is planning on going on the Helix anyways.
Yes.
We're just seeing... Wait, is that... Helix still... It's Crit Alex.
Wait, what? Crit Alex? I mean, I guess they got to do damage somehow, right?
Yeah,
whoa!
EMP drone's coming out, and it's actually a pretty great corridor for them to fight in as long as RNQ is able to stay alive. The Reign of the Vampire Queen from Whispers kind of goes completely wide. Now Weatherman's going to be able to give chase, and it should be... Oh, nice little attempt at the turn with the Twin Swords coming out from Violet Skyfire going 1v3. No support from Whispers, though. Whispers kind of selling their teammate, and now Violet Skyfire, she's going to be forced to try to take that 1v3. As the third party coming in from the likes of Biblical Warriors will not... Blue Viper ends up whiffing, so it should be a pretty clean runaway coming out from the likes of Wildcard, as we see an engagement between Where My Dog Go and Abnormal Gameplay. LSRS looking very itemized on the Queen of Hearts for herself as well. Now, wait, was that a blood call? Okay, so the blood was called in, and then they got the Okay. So Nova Shield online for XXX Ares, and I think Passant has a Necronomicon online as well.
Yes.
So quite well itemized is the lineup of where my dog go to. But this composition, there's not a lot of easies to hero access, and the dive does come on in through. Full Rainbow is going to be able to peel. List of Scholars getting locked down for quite some time. But they're not really chewing through this HP bar too fast. Acela and Tia, not the most known tank killers. They're more a big fan of the long drawn out fights instead of the sustained DPS on one target.
Yeah, and with the engage power of abnormal gameplay, it's going to be very hard for them to find a fight where they can just take out the Sahir immediately for the side of where my dog go. If they do manage to make that happen, it's going to be solely on the back of Meep, as we had seen earlier. He's quite capable of being able to assassinate a backliner if given the opportunity, but that opportunity needs to be given, not taken. So yeah, we'll have to see if where my dog go can, scout out that opportunity to make that kind of play happen against abnormal gameplay. For now, Skyfarers, they see someone just took CCTV, so they know there's a team nearby. They don't know who.
They really wiped. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, they wiped from that fight earlier. But now lots of tension in Fire Station. Perhaps look at Wildcard here. Oh no, over here, another fight breaking out. Sky's the Limit pushes forward on the Biblical Warriors. Darkong out of meter now, so not much more lasering going to be used as he uses the dash to be able to get a little bit more juice in the tank. Yuriana getting split from the team speaks, and Red Flake trying to push forward onto that side as the third party comes through from Lumia Skyfarers. Emily, Yuriana almost making the play happen, but it's just too uphill. 2v1 now. Sky's the Limit trying to regroup themselves and get back up as another fight breaks out between Lumia Skyfarers and abnormal gameplay. Elsa's still alive on the backside. Dinnell looking for the knockup, finds the kill. Now down to just Dinnell and Listless Scholar here. Look at Nina though, 38 health, almost dead here. Listless Scholar actually in a decent situation to be able to try and take this fight. Taunt left onto Nina, manages to take Nina out, so step one done. Now looking to deal with Dinnell, who does have this range advantage, kiting him out.
Dinnell can't cancel the res now, though.
No, he can't cancel the res. He doesn't have a knockup, right? But he does have damage to cancel it with. And at this point, Kuno's corpse is too low. There's also a self-res going on the top side. So I believe this is going to be, a Skyfarer's victory.
I think Listless Scholar could have stuck that res on Kuno initially.
Yeah. It was a panic in the pressure of the situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
But popping Calorie Cyclone, I don't think there's actually enough damage to chew through. And because you got the really successful or nice taunt on the Nina to take her out, now you could actually deny
the worry after the Cyclone was actually the corpse getting hit, not the 11, because the corpse at that point only had 88 seconds. Dinnell could have auto-attacked that corpse 2, maybe 3 times, and the Kuno corpse would have died, and there would have not been a revive opportunity. So perhaps that might have also been a concern.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think if you pop it and then go for the res, though, I don't think there's actually an ability, like, before you even start.
No, he stops the res with damage. He just damages the corpse instead of the 11.
Yeah, but what, I think there's enough damage reduction on the corpse, though, if you start at the very beginning. But maybe I'm not.
88 seconds. 88 seconds.
It was like 2 to 3 at the start, though, right?
Maybe.
Like, if you pop it initially, and then you just go for the res.
Was he hitting the corpse the whole time? I think he was hitting the 11.
I think he was hitting the 11 initially.
I don't know. Either way,
we just got a lot of dead time because no team's fighting anyway, so we can discuss this. And the chat can also, give their analysis on that. But we do see, I think Raven Bergier sitting on the Bikini and the Blood Half Moon looking really strong. Eclipse on that BFD again. But look at this. Lockney already getting caught out a little bit by Weatherman. Is going to get forced out of the fight. Nice little double winner takes all coming out from the likes of Athena Kai. Arctic Q has not a lot of itemization to shoot through these HP bars, and I think it's just going to be a beat of a HP differential as a huge third party coming out from Lumia Skyfarers, Emily Koch landing the dash on all 3 of them. And we do see Athena Kai going down, but now looks like Jilmon is getting pretty low themselves, and Dino is already down, wasn't able to get a lot of value with the Soul Link, and now we are going to see Sky's the Limit attempt to walk into not Lumia Skyfarers, where my dog go. But that's probably where they're the strongest, right? Where if they have control of the zone and force you to walk through Wilson, force you to walk through some of the tank procs, as Jilmon is not really the best tank killer, neither is Emily Kosh. There's just too much HP on the likes of the Clips. It should be a wipe going down, or going over to rather, to the likes of Lumia Skyfarers, as... Wait, where's Meep? Oh, Meep's on the super off it. He's like blending in with the trash cans. I had a hard time finding them out, as the Terminate does finally
I couldn't see him either. He became one of the locals of Alley there for a second. That was crazy.
Yeah, definitely camouflaged in with the surroundings, but Meep is going to get that burst damage onto Raven Bergier. Raven Bergier getting the Asher Burst first out, and now we're going to see Red Flag go down to the combo. Meep won't be this fight. This guy's a demon! As the full Rainbow plus the damage coming out from Meep is going to also down the likes of Speaks, putting them into the play dead, and then a finish up a really clean fight from Where My Dog. It's just so funny seeing this.
It takes you off guard, right? It's
really
something you wouldn't expect, especially with this composition. You just don't expect Estelle to be doing that kind of damage. It's like, what is going on?
Good luck doing that same thing against the Berserkers, because I think it's going to be a lot harder.
But we will be going into our final fight here. And yeah, that's definitely going to be quite difficult against Berserkers. It's going to be on Meep, try and assassinate Lockney. It's going to be very difficult through knee pads as well. We'll see how this goes. They don't have the consistent DPS to deal with these tanks, and Eclipse knows that. You can see him just jump right in, no fear at all, because why would he have any?
Lockney's getting sold out though.
Yeah, but this is what they want. So they find it on the backside. Meep getting the assassination, but now you have to deal with these two tanks who managed to also get their one. Does Meep have damage to rip through a tank? I don't know if Estelle's that much of a pumper, but we'll see if Passant can position well for long enough to prolong this fight for a long enough time. Right now, playing really well with the terrain. Yeah, he's really utilizing this shelving unit inside the building here. Meep getting chunked quite low. Another silence coming through onto Athena Kai. Passant does have paint available to throw out once more, but look at the shields on the side of Berserkers. Athena Kai is still full health. If Passant just doesn't have the consistent damage necessary to rip through these tankier targets.
He's trying his best though, and he does have a little bit of sustain, but I just don't think he has the cooldowns is the big thing, right? I don't think he has enough cooldowns to kite both Athena Kai and Eclipse and still win out on the fight. Yeah. And now the position's a little awkward, and if they just kind of disengage and never give a Passant an in, as there's also going to be the body heal coming out from Meep's body, and Passant's going to try to gatekeep, but you gotta have to hold on to the zone as well because you're running out of timer, and I just think Passant has been choked out of options at this point, as they are going to try to use that White Lily to disengage, but 7 seconds available, has to walk in, and this is not the kind of lineup you want to be walking into. He's still trying it though. He's definitely getting those damage numbers up, but I just don't think there's enough gas in the tank to deal with both Athena Kai and Eclipse just walking them down, and it will be a Berserkers win against the likes of Where My Dog Goes.
Yeah, Meep did a good job on the backside, right? He found the target that he needed to get, but Ares and Passant just they're not in the characters that are capable of dealing with Young and Merca running at them together. There's not enough damage, there's not enough self-peel tools available to really just buy enough time or get enough damage established to take any of these two down.
Absolutely, right? Like, the problem is Passant can kite all day long, right? You saw he lived for a very substantial amount of time.
Yes.
But those HP bars were not moving. And Cicella is not a DPS character, right? She's a neutral demon. She's really good at finding picks. What she's not good at is killing a very high HP target. And it doesn't matter how many play with us you land, they're eventually going to dog walk you, right? Like, and that's exactly what happens when we get to the replay, is Ares does end up eventually getting caught out by, I think it was Athena Kai, and getting soloed out because she just can't match the damage that Athena Kai's pumping, right? She's just putting out so much more damage.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just a matter of composition differences here, because if you looked at the itemization, both teams were relatively itemized. I mean, you had Necronomicon on Passant, and he had 3 other transitions alongside that. I believe Ares had Nova Shield alongside other transitions as well, so they weren't down like a substantial amount of itemization. But it just didn't matter. I don't think any amount of itemization would be able to make up for the damage necessary to be able to take Eclipse and Athena Kai down. And yeah, we can check out the replay here and watch this back over one more time. I'd imagine it'll be quite a long replay here as the fight drags on quite a bit. Watch Meep at the start of this fight. He, finds his angle onto Lockney, takes her down. But on the other side of the fight, poor Ares gets targeted out here. Yeah, gets isolated by Athena Kai and Eclipse here. And trying his best to run away, but it just doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah, and I don't think you can be trading kills against this comp. You actually need every member to take out any of these. So, as much as it's a nice pick from Meep, Ares has to play so much safer if that's the plan, right? Or
yes.
Or Meep has to play to appeal their teammate.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this fight, it looks sad, honestly, because Passant is... he's doing so much to try and, like, deal damage to these characters, but it's just not in the cards for Tia to deal with these types of characters. It's a complete counter pick, I would say, in how their archetypes operate as characters. And yeah, like when Meep's alive and it's a 2-on-2, they can just focus Meep. They don't have to worry about Passant because, as you can see, he's landing a bunch of skills and it's not that big of a threat.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this lobby, Berserkers is just so well suited for. There's not enough marksman players to really punish this kind of lineup. If you had a couple more marksmen in the lineup that had the consistent DPS, again, I'm Artifact. I don't know what's going on today, but if you have not enough sustained DPS, you're just not going to be able to chew through these HP bars. And we do have the scores where we'll send you, we'll go over the scores real quick and then send you all up to break.
Yeah, Berserkers in first place. No surprise there, looking quite dominant today at 44 points. Sky's the limit in second with 33 points. And from there, Where My Dog Go in third place, shooting up the scoreboard quite considerably at 23.5 points. Fourth place will be Lumia Skyfarers with 21 points. In fifth place is Biblical Warriors with 19.5. Heavenly Ability in sixth with 17 points. Wildcard bringing up seventh place with 13 points. And eighth place is Abnormal Gameplay with 10 points. But for everybody at home, that was our first two lobbies. It's only 4 lobbies today, so we only got 2 more to go, but we will be going on a 5-minute break, so we will see you after that.
Should we go first? Huh? It's my first time at a festival, so my heart is racing so fast. I was waiting for you. Let's go catch some fish together. This is for you. I'm shaking. I wonder what I'll get. I'm so lucky today. I wouldn't be surprised if a cat hops out of the box. A festival is better on a full stomach. If you keep acting like that, even the goldfish you've caught might slip away. Do I look different to you? Do you like it? Okay. Let's clean up before the customers arrive. Today's master is you!
This should keep me out of trouble, right? Is there a drawing you'd like to see? Should I draw a squirrel for you?
I'll fly anywhere immediately. Did you call me? I want to help you too.
Welcome, Master. I'm used to this kind of thing. Oishikunare.
Moi moi kyu.
Is that your wish, Master?
Kyu. No one is cutting in line, right? A limited edition Lenny Checky. You want it, don't you? Delicious! Your favorite maid, Lenny, has arrived. That's it for today's service. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Lock in. Wait, Speedy, how locked in are you though?
I'm how locked in am I? So locked in.
So locked in. As I'm locked out of my internet as I'm still artifacting. Sorry about that, y'all. But we have games 3 and 4. Hope you had a great break. Hope you're able to hydrate. Do whatever you gotta do. But here we are. You know how I feel about these 4-game series. Round 3, it sets the whole tone, right? Like I think more than any other game, this is the pivotal game of the series, right? Because if you are playing on the back foot on that game 4, it is so hard to mount a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, and even when you're on the top end of the leaderboard, even for someone like Berserkers, who's up quite a considerable amount from 3rd place, what is it, like 20 points plus? One bad game here, and 3rd place does a good pop-off game, and all of a sudden, 4th game is very stressful for the side of Berserkers. So yeah, nobody's safe right now. Yeah, if Berserkers go out early, things could get really dire for them. They don't need like a crazy game right now. They just need some consistent games to get by. So the bar is a lot lower for them, but that in and of itself can add extra pressure to have that expectation to play at that level. Whereas some of the other teams that are on the lower side, I mean, we may see some desperation coming out from some of these teams as they get hungry for points due to this being a top 2 get out for today.
Yeah, only top 2. And, you know, when the lobby is looking rather top heavy right now, and I gotta say, I don't think some of these teams are adjusting to the tempo of the lobby, right? Because I think the name of the game right now is chewing through HP bars. And not a lot of compositions are chewing through HP bars right now.
No,
so,
yeah. There seems to be a severe lack of consistent DPS in the lobby, and Berserkers have been thriving from it. Lumi does have some sails here, ready to go. What? It's trees. What? was like, what the heck? There's a little delay there, but I got thrown off. But yeah, it'll be trees on sale this lobby. But yeah, you're totally right with that. Tanks have looked quite good in this lobby. I mean, you look at the compositions, like, even Jenny as an auto attacker isn't the best at shredding through a tank. She takes a lot of time to really ramp up and hit that point where her damage Yes, High Keeper Beast. Where her damage starts to really get to that point where she can start shredding through a tank. Up front, her initial damage it starts off kind of slow. And what she lacks in damage, she makes up for in self-heal. As for anywhere from there, I mean, we have Tsubame, but she's rather short-ranged. While she does have a good time kiting a lot of melees, her DPS on them can sometimes be lacking due to people more preferring to play her as an assassin kind of style of a backliner. So, yeah, I do like Wildcard busting out the ISIL, though. So that is a nice change up that we're seeing to maybe have some better DPS against some of these tankier targets.
Yeah, and Keeper Beast is electing to go with the Amped Drone two-handed Sword Jackie. That is definitely a combo that may only be seen tonight. But definitely, I mean, Wildcard's been playing a different comp identity every game, right? They're really trying to find out what's going to work best for them. I do think having a marksman, when you're looking at some of these characters on your opponent's team compositions, looks very promising. And I think, honestly, it's part of the reason I think that Heavenly Ability and Lumia Skyfarers have been seeing a lot of this mid-game successes. They have somebody to chew through these HP bars.
Yeah, for sure. But for the time being, the Berserkers, I mean, they've been meeting down in the barge every single lobby and have looked quite good early on with their early grouping, managing to pick up some kills early on every lobby. But this time around, looks like they're going to have to work a little harder for it as Dinnell looks for a kill onto Athena Kai. Doesn't quite find the mark, though, but Jumon landing a good ultimate onto Eclipse here, who gets brought dangerously low. And I think Nina died to the dogs on the backside, so that's kind of unfortunate. But Emily Kosh is here now as well to try to take this fight to Berserkers. Lockney gonna get focused down 2-on-1 here as Athena Kai is gonna get kited out by Dinnell. Emily Kosh able to supply some backup, and that will be Berserkers losing 2 members. Eclipse dangerously low as well, and it looks like he's also gonna go down to Jimon here. Jomon looking, another dash comes through. Dinnell does get Nina in the mix, but the speed gates, oh, it's so close, but it's not going to be enough to take down Eclipse. Merca, ever so elusive.
I've seen enough, Buff Henry. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. As we do see Fast Kura walking down in onto Dino, Passant might be able to find Eclipse on the back end of this very elongated chase coming out from the likes of Lumia Skyfarers, but it might just be where my dog go benefiting from this kill. As Passant going a little bit wide with that yellow, but should be able to, with the support of XXX.
Oh.
Ooh! Yo, cut the tape, cut the tape, cut the tape, cut the tape.
Yeah,
cut the tape. As we do see the time
red to red ain't a combination, man. Like
I'm colorblind, so you know I didn't see it. It's all good. So we do see Fast Kura getting the nice little playoff on top of both Dino, Nina, and the likes of Jomon, as Yuriana is now back up. Should be able to finish that off with the Flash of Combination, and it will be a full break going over to Lumia Skyfarers from the likes of Biblical Warriors, having a nice start to their early game. As Alyssa Scholar does get pulled by the play with us, and then Neep and Passant's follow-up is enough to do damage. Lockney finds herself on the ground to the likes of Sky's the Limit. Lots of action going on to be expected in Game 3, right? A lot of these teams are trying to make up whatever deficit they find themselves in.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely expected, you know, as you said earlier, Game 3, very pivotal for all of these teams right now. The teams on the lower end, they're going to start getting desperate. They're going to start playing aggressive. They know they need a pop-off game, a high-tempo lobby, and the only way to get something like that is to take it by the reins with your own hands. Get greedy, make some plays, try to make something happen so you can get that tempo advantage. And we'll see where Biblical Warriors go, because they are one of the teams that do need a good chunk of points here. So we'll see where they decide to go. Looks like it's going to be over to Forest, maybe looking to rotate over towards Hotel, which is spawning right now. Fighting already going on over here as Meep going to leave the scene here. Berserkers going to be able to pick up this tree. Biblical Warriors are just a little bit too far away on the rotation.
Yeah, man, I feel like it's been a bit of a struggle for Biblical Warriors to get that to that first point objective. I don't know if they've been able to secure one for themselves so far, but you know, they are racking up a decent amount of kills. Red Flake's gonna get that Faith on Wavering Force out, but Dino is still gonna be able to shoot through that HP bar. Speaks goes down in Factory. Where is Raven Bergier right now? In
Nice
Chapel.
and safe.
Secured the Cemetery Tree, I think, actually. And Weatherman securing some more spoils of war, right? Was able to win out against Passant with the rest of his team and is going to be able to secure both the Sultan Adorn and the Alexanders for themselves on his day 2. Quite a big spike.
Yeah, for sure. Good tidings for the side of Wildcard here going forward. Speaking of going forward, Eclipse looking to try and find an engagement here. Leaping Strike going to come through. This looks pretty good. Going to connect onto Yuriana with a stun right after. And with that, that will be more than enough to take out the core line of Biblical Warriors. The rest of them on the run here, setting their sights towards Darkong. Eva, not the most renowned for her escape potential, is going to get taken out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's kind of like the Kryptonite matchup, unless Lennox is just super on point, right? For the Biblical Warriors, because Berserkers can just they can take so much damage and so much damage. Yeah, they just walk at you.
They can drop the Nimrod's Gate and completely go over top the Lennox. The traditional positioning that Biblical Warriors want to go for just gets completely opened up by Berserker or by Arda. So yeah, quite tough for Lennox to be able to do everything here to keep them off.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if there's any Rozzy pilots, but a Rozzy would have gone crazy in this lobby. But that's besides the point. As we do see a little bit of neutral coming out from the likes of Wildcard and Lumia Skyfarers. Keeper Beast on the side does get spotted out by a drone, but Dino is going to get that Blink Force out, and now the Soul Link. And ooh, Keeper Beast isn't actually able to fully get that kill yet, and there's still a little bit of damage left, but it should be a full wipe going over to the Lumia Skyfarers as a nice little triangulation and a really poor corridor, I think, to be able to fight an Alex for them.
Another fight breaking out in Cemetery here. Darkong going to get linked on by Passant. The root connects on top of the full rainbow just at the edge of it. Passant finding that kill all in well with Meep being able to provide follow-up as well. Fortunately for Biblical Warriors, they are still in the lobby, but meanwhile in the Rift, Berserkers getting it for free. So more tempo to the side of Berserkers, finding their first rotation objective in Hotel and finding a Rift for free. Great looks for them thus far.
Good shout on tempo, because if we're talking about tempo, Biblical Warriors is on some horrendous tempo, right? They never even got their 4-score columns yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they all have 400 credits apiece. I didn't even notice that. That is dire. Speaking of dire, poor Braven Bergier stuck in the corner. He will be going down over in Beach as another Rift fight begins. On air comes through from Listless Scholar. Neen able to keep himself safe on the back. Oh no! Dude, taunt connects. The Violet Skyfire Neen. Vampire Queen comes through, but I'm Whispered is going to get taken down promptly. And with that, it should be an easy cleanup for the side of Abnormal Gameplay.
Yeah, and that will be, I mean, some much needed resources going over, right? Because they need to be ahead of them. They really need this here to be on full itemization by night 3. They're just not going to be able to compete with the lobby, I feel.
Another 30 seconds until our next rotation of objective spawns. Hospital opening up is a pretty big opportunity for any teams looking to get this stream tree. Raven Bergier gets taken out once again over in Cemetery. But yeah, stream tree looks quite nice because then you can rotate that tree into a full hunt rotation that's on respawn in Hospital. Lots of good opportunities up there. I like this Meteorite pickup as well for where my dog go. They can rotate this in towards Chapel, maybe even try to look at the tree in Forest, which is still in red. So lots of opportunity that they can look for as well.
Yeah, and we are...
Oh my goodness, they don't have a single transition. They're just now getting first call-ins for the side of Biblical Warriors. Ouch.
That is not great. That is actually...
Full build ISOL. Oh my goodness.
That is quite terrible for the likes of Biblical Warriors. And this is a team composition that needs to be ahead of itemization. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? They can't really contest with some of these bruiser compositions if they don't have the...
What was that Jackie build? Hold on. I need to... Levitine Omer. What is this brother cooking?
Amp drone, Levitine Omerta, Strider 2. I feel
Okay,
like there's a
I've
certain
never
Jackie
seen this.
made that-
This is crazy. I've never seen this. This is a new one to me. You're gonna have to explain this one to
I
me.
feel like there's a certain Jackie main that might have something to say in chat once the bot catches up.
This is a new build to me. That's some crazy stuff right there. I mean, surely the Levitine is side graded into a Dainsleif Crimson, and we like.
Surely.
But we're like on Omertus. I don't know. I'm a little lost, but I'm interested to see what happens with this because what was it, Anthrone Strider as well? You're definitely looking to run down people, but you don't have like I don't know. You went a high AP chest slot with the lowest AP weapon in the game, maybe. Yeah, it's
Also, I've always thought of the Amp Drone identity as more of like a pen-oriented, like really heavy, like kind of like assassin style, right? Where you're not really doing that consistent DPS. You're playing for the resets and you're playing to like run down.
I'm used to seeing Aurora Longsword for the slow
That's
potential, the damage, right? That's what I'm used to seeing on this kind
dagger.
of build. Or just a different weapon type. Yeah.
Definitely a really interesting choice. But one thing Levit Smolder is pretty good at is the elongated fights against some of these tanks. So maybe, a little bit of an adjustment. As Whispers is going to get the Semtex landed, and Weatherman going for a nice little electric shift over that Sanguine Javelin, and everything else goes absolutely wide. Oh no.
Anyways, let's go up here. Abnormal gameplay. Looking to hold this choke point here. They are in red. The box getting opened up by Red Flake here. Sky's the limit. Looking to take this. They will be able to find it all in wells. Keeper Beast finds a box over in Hotel. Heavenly Ability looking to close the distance back upwards.
I mean, Weatherman can definitely box him. He needs to.
Oh yeah, he is boxing no problem.
Well, the aggression just the tiniest bit because you're just gonna lose them.
Yeah, I don't think they gear checked Weatherman. This guy has been full build for a while now. He is very strong.
I am so flabbergasted by just deciding to walk into the range advantage is already there for the ISO, not to mention the auto attack advantage. You just can't go for that band for band.
No. Not a chance. I mean, look at Needs items, right? He has 2 transitions online, arm slot, and weapon. It's just not enough to keep up with how far accelerated this ISOL is in this lobby.
Yeah, absolutely. As we do see, I mean, the likes of. Sorry, I was trying to Heavenly Ability. Yeah.
Yes.
Getting used to the team names. Heavenly Ability trying to re-go into Hotel as Sky's the Limit is going to be able to secure the red box themselves. Wow, that was a lot harder than I expected it to be. I was like scanning through, I was like, I saw 2 demos though, and then I was like, wait, which demo team? And then I had to remember which other characters were on the
arm slot in the red box.
That's
maybe over to red. What was
it's
red
pretty not
though?
great. I mean, Ravenbird.
Speaks does not want it. Speaks does not want it. Yeah, I think this might actually just be either Necro or Fourscore. It's really the only 2 options. I mean, Necro's a good side grade to
killer
skill, but it's
heals?
not a big upgrade. I feel like getting a Fourscore would be better for your tempo.
I agree.
But, yeah.
White Miter or Killer Heals maybe, or maybe even like a Hermes on the Johan. Oh, nice little play with us is going to do a lot of damage. I think this is the kind of composition where you can actually see a lot of value from the Where My Dog Go composition because not a lot of opportunities for this team to really contest them in neutral. But it looks like they're just going to take this box and disengage. I think they're a little scared of possibly a third party coming in or just the Jackie running them down. But I think they actually do win the elongated fight. Kuno going to be able to land that Surfs up. And now Meep is going to immediately use that heli attack stat. But that's a lot of the burst damage coming out from Meep, right? Because I think they are quite reliant on that amplification drone cooldown to be able to get the burst combo off. As now we see some neutral between Biblical Warriors and the likes of Heavenly Ability. But it's going to be pretty hard to walk through that choke against this team composition. So probably should find a different way around.
Duck Dive gonna let. Actually, that caught Ares as well out of the White Lily. That's crazy, but no capitalization going forward. They're just gonna focus down Meep, recognizing that he is not actually Tank Estelle. He is full damage, so they fully take advantage of their ability to take down this target who is not as durable as they seem. But they get their one and back up, and
They get the
res too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in the area perhaps afraid of the potential of the third party. Abnormal gameplay just backs out. No problem taking their 1 point and finding somewhere else to play on the map.
And we are going to see the hook landing onto Ares, and now the fight does begin, but Meep is getting so much damage on Yuriana, just not... I mean, you're just not respecting that band from band coming out from Meep, and now it's going to be a full disengage from the likes of Biblical Warriors as Yuriana and the likes of Vasco Takura do get taken down. Hassan's going to give chase. That yellow does not end up getting a tag, but I'm pretty sure they can just chase this fully through. They have the timer to. But, I mean, Hassan's taking a lot of damage chasing into this Ava, but now tagging in Ares, you know, a little like, tagging the ring, but Darkong does just have barely enough timer to TP out, as we do see Heavenly Ability going down to the likes of Wildcard. This ISOL pivot for Weatherman is doing wonders for this lineup.
Yeah, I really like this pickup for them. I'm not sure about the rest of the competition, but I do like the ISOL pickup in this lobby in particular. I think this character is quite adept at killing any target it hits. So yeah, really excited to see that pick up. As meanwhile, over in Dock, Yuriana on the run. Fast Coutura getting taken down by Else here on the backside as the rest of the team chases down Yuriana. Abnormal gameplay looking, a little alley-oop over to Eclipse actually. Gonna be able to pick up this kill all in well. The rest of Berserkers in the area as well. So yeah, that will be Biblical Warriors getting wiped this lobby, taking a 6th place.
Yeah, and I think these are the teams that wiped are teams that really need to accumulate quite a few points for themselves. It's not looking potent going into that game 4. We'll leave it at that. But Abnormal Gameplay having a bit of a game for themselves, starting to scale up. Else looking really strong. Kuno, she's also finding herself on almost full itemization. And oh my goodness, Raven Bertier is looking like an Avengers level threat with that triple blood online. And I think they do have the damage to chew through these Berserkers' HP bars, but one thing that is a pretty big boon for them is that Liquid Line buff, right? Because if you're playing a war of attrition against a tanky team and then they have that extra true damage burn ticking, not that great. And look at the timers on the likes of Sky's the Limit. Red Flake is in absolute nowhere land, and are they going to TP directly on Red Flake to try to save their teammate? What's going on here? What's the plan? Going to TP on over into Warehouse. Red Flake is doing their best to kite it out. Raven Bergier, you got to give some support here, Yohan. Eclipse is going to land right on Speaks, though, and now it's a really hectic fight, but I actually think Eclipse is quite caught out and could take a decent amount of damage on the back end of this, but Eclipse actually, never mind, W-keying right at them. Yeah. Save for that, as we do see Red Flake does get caught out. A lot of damage coming out onto Red Flake, but look at that Faith Unwavering, and this is what I was talking about. Look at the focus fire damage coming out from the likes of Sky's the Limit. And Lockney is in nowhere's land on the back end of this fight too. Speaks is going to blink on him, going to look for that kill on her, but I think Lockney does have that Nimrod's Gate almost available to herself, but she's going to go down to the consistent damage from that Jenny before that happens. But it's a trade of Raven Bergier, and now where is Lumi? Sky's the Limit does not have a lot of timer though to be able to get this res off.
Kai try to send a quick VLS to try and get out, but Wildcard there able to stop her. Sky's the Limit. They're going to try and sneak out from the top side. Oh, you got to pick a direction. Okay, there we go. They managed to make it out. That was getting worrisome. But it is day 5. It's going to be a rat race to Lumi to get the revives off for both of these teams. As meanwhile, on the other side of the map, right where Lumi is.
Oh, they're scared though because they don't know that
they don't see that it's a 2-man. Yeah, they're feigning their strength. The Berserkers flashing their Wick Line buff, pretending that they're strong. Oh no.
Yeah, you hate to see it. And it will be most likely a full wipe, because if you're looking to Speaks' timer, there's not a lot left in the tank. Yeah. But Meep? Wait, Meep might actually give Speaks the timer reset. Oh my goodness, no. But see, wait, you can't be downing this body, buddy. You gotta get out of there. Okay, should be able to hop over that wall, but it will be into the waiting arms of Ares and Vasant. And a little bit of an overreach from Meep, though. This does end up being able to crawl on. Wow, Speaks out too, by the way. That's incredible. But now I think Meep's overreach is going to cause them to get spotted out. Wait, they're not even going to res the body because they know that somebody's on vision. And this is just disastrous for the likes of Meep. And now with Athena Kai getting... Athena Kai didn't get vision of the brush there from the ability.
Got vision of some of the brush, but Meep is all the way in the very back corner, managed to avoid vision.
Does Eclipse sniff this out, though? I mean, they can't even go for the self-res, and yeah, they're gonna walk into the brush.
Okay, they find
it.
Okay.
Very heavily punished for that over-aggression, I think, is Meep just going without their team, and now we do see the likes of Keeper Beast trying to dive on in to ELCRS, but ELCRS is such a hard target to reach. But Listless Scholar going to go down to the consistent damage from Weatherman, and now Weatherman going to get knocked out by that NATO, and it will be a win going over to the likes of Abnormal Gameplay. Some great kiting coming up. Oh, but Listless Scholar instant boot. So, Lumi's right up. How fortuitous.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is really fortunate. I hope, like, it could have been, honestly, but, you know, in those heat of the moment, sometimes I usually doubt. So it's calculated.
Lumi, it's gonna zoom past you. You gotta be further away. Oh, yes, he realizes. Okay. So they're gonna get the revive here. So where my dog go is also
gonna
call
too.
And this is huge because where my dog go. Wait, they're just foregoing the blood call. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. It's nowhere near fine. Oh my goodness.
It's a super combo from Kuno, and then it's just going to be an absolute mega wipe. I mean, I don't know if the blood makes a difference there because that was kind of a super play coming out from the likes of Listless Scholar and Kuno, but super big wombo combo. Now, without the Black Lotus Shuriken, does the lineup of... They still might be able to.
I think Zahir is one of the very few mages in this game that can actually rip through tanks.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Really well. Like Zahir and Celine are the two that always come to mind as like mages that have like good upfront bursts, but they also have like that DPS capability. So yeah, they do have the damage to make this happen. Are they able to facilitate else to be able to establish that damage? That is the real question. They're walking in, no vision. Very scary to place to try and push forward through Eclipse. Looking for something here. Does separate the back line from the front line, but not able to accomplish much else. So outside of that, not else side of that, else or else's name getting stuck in my head here. Nimrod's Gate gonna get taken by Eclipse, but else using Blink to not get shoved in, managing to establish some safe distance. Yeah, right. It's very real here, but the Basquill on the backside. Athena Kai gets onto Else. Tornado goes wide. And now the fight establishes more structure here as Else is able to continue firing Gandivas down this corridor. Connecting on air, goes through onto the backside. Taunt's going to connect. Tornado follow up onto Athena Kai, but the force field will be able to keep her alive. Eclipse going in with a leaping strike. Does not manage to get Else on the shove, but they do lose Listless Scholar in this entire brawl here. So with their front line gone, it's going to be so much harder to keep Else safe, and they did not manage to find any retaliation kill. You now see Berserkers looking to find a reset here. They want to reestablish their 3v2 potential here, locking the investing blink so the duck dive doesn't connect, and they're going to use Nimrod's Gate to reset here, to control the Chronosphere, and play this out 2v3 as Else's timer, I believe, is down to 5 seconds. Kuno looking for a hero play here.
Wait.
Going deep. 5 seconds timer.
She needs to do that though, because they had the Chronosphere corner, and now it's just gonna be Else or Else, and there's not enough timer. There will be a
just to give it up, I guess. Yeah. Just like, all right, well, GG. Like, just give it up. Let's stop wasting time. Huh? That's different.
I wonder what the communications were from the lineup of Abnormal Gameplay, because Kuno could have just sat in that chapel corner. The Chronosphere was walking towards them.
Yeah.
So they didn't need to make that jump, and so they really sectioned themselves off and just became a single target for the lineup of Berserkers to be able to focus. And I think this is like what we were talking about, though, right? Like they just I mean, it's not like Else or Else wasn't landing most of her skill shots, but there's just not enough damage with just as a here to be able to shoot through 4,000 HP. No, we'll be generous with our estimate and say 3.5k HP targets, right? There's just not enough gas in the tank.
Yeah, and these targets are quite tanky between Byung and Merca. They have a lot of self-shielding. They're capable of soaking up a lot of damage. Merca is especially annoying for Zahir because she's incredibly mobile. Zahir is a very skill shot-oriented character, and Merca has the mobility to not only dodge Zahir's skill shots, but dodge them on reaction rather than proaction, which really serves as a massive damage mitigation. Simply not getting hit is probably the best damage mitigation in the game. So yeah, very difficult stuff for Else to try and carry out this fight solo, especially when you just have to watch out for so many pick opportunities. We'll be able to check this back out in the replay, but you have to continually watch for Eclipse trying to shove you back in towards the rest of the Berserkers. You have to watch out for the taunt and the bat skill on the side of Athena Kai. All of these things can almost be guaranteed death sentences if any of them connect onto Else. And Else does a good job playing around them, establishing the fight in the corridor, but they just don't have enough damage to be able to rip through. And eventually Berserkers decide, you know what, let's stop trying to hit Else. Let's simply just play this front to back and hit the 11. And it works out for them.
Yeah, I think Else does a pretty good job of cutting. I think also that blink was forced out so early that it means she has to play so much safer.
Yes.
And when you're not able to actually position for your absolute highest DPS output, you just don't have the. And yeah, with the ultimate sectioning off the fight, rather, there's just not enough access for Else to hit anybody for free for long enough to kill them. And that's the thing. She has to be hitting the entire fight, and she has to be pretty on point with her skill shots too.
Yes.
It's just such a high execution barrier.
Because that's something that a lot of people don't talk about with Zahir, is what happens when things go wrong. You run out of chakrams and you really just don't do anything.
This is what I'm talking about. Look,
yeah.
I don't think Kuno needed to jump here. I think Kuno could have just played this, because look, Else has found herself in a pretty comfortable situation.
Yeah.
But now they've been so sectioned off that they're not able to really even try to mount, and then Else just gives up, right?
I think Kuno was just like, you know what, let's just give it up. I think that's what it was. Like, once the 3v2 is established at that point, it's very difficult. You have Zahir with no blink at this point, with no tank in front of you. It's too uphill of a battle, and Kuno probably recognizes it and is like, you know what, let's just move on. That had to have been the angle. But anyways, scores are ready to go. We'll be able to check that out. Berserkers in first place, no surprise there. Looking very strong today, 62 points on the board with a 22-point lead against their second-point contenders of Sky's the Limit here, who's sitting at 40 points. But close behind them is Where My Dog Go at 37 points. So this second place finish to get out of the knockout stage is very contentious right now between these two teams. And not out of the running is Abnormal Gameplay at 27.5 points and Wildcard at 27 points. Wildcard having a very successful third lobby just now. Biblical Warriors in 6th with 25.5 points. Heavenly Ability in 7th with 23.5 points. And in 8th is Lumia Skyfarers with 23.5 points. But all it takes is for Sky's the Limit and Where My Dog Go to have a sour game, and any of these teams from 4th to 8th to just pop off, and this second place could switch up quickly. I think Berserkers are probably pretty safe, but everybody else not so much.
Yeah, and we're going to see some immediate shifts in picks, rather, as we see Passant going over to the... I don't think this is in your best interest unless you're really playing to just farm kills. I think they were doing okay, and there's a 3-point margin. You can make that difference up. I don't think every team needs to make their Hail Mary desperation swap. And Berserkers are trying out a new comp.
let's maybe think about this for a second, right? Where My Dog Go has 2 things they need to do this lobby. First thing they need to do is wipe Sky's the Limit. They need to make sure that team dies before they rack up any more points, because the more points Sky's the Limit racks up, the wider the margin becomes between them and Where My Dog Go. So they need to make sure Sky's the Limit gets wiped, and vice versa. Sky's the Limit, it's in their best interest to try and take out Where My Dog Go. But secondly, they need to rack up a ton of points here to make sure that nobody behind them can catch up to them as well. So I do like the idea of going a kill comp. You don't need a win right now as Where My Dog Go. You just need to eliminate your next highest competitor and rack up as many points as you can. So I do like the swaps on an on paper side, but in practice side, I've never seen Passant play Istvan in my life. I'm a little worried. I won't lie to you. I haven't seen this one, so maybe a lack of rehearsal is not in their best interest to bust out in Game 4 of their knockout stage. But we do have Lumi ready for sales. It's gonna be trees once again, so trees and mithrils all day today. It is what it is.
Yeah, and Berserkers is playing a true kind of standard front to back comp. Well, okay, no, I don't want to say standard because I think Elena is the worst front to back take in the game. And I don't know if Adela is the best front-to-back mage. But it is take mage marksman. So
Yeah, it's front to back, kinda. So you could call it front to back. I don't think they'll play it as front to back.
they will play like freaks. They should.
They will
at least.
play. They will play it in the way that Berserkers will play it, as freaks, surely.
The Berserker's triangulation will be strong with this one, I think. And
Yes.
honestly, I think Adela's a good fit for Berserker's playstyle, right? Lockney is able to pilot a pretty pick-oriented mage, and I think
Yes.
Adela's one of the best at that. I think, in general, she tends to play the pick mages, right? She plays Henry as well. I think these are both characters that kind of play with Berserker's playstyle pretty well and slot in pretty efficiently. So it is nice to see them, be able to find a player that kind of suits their playstyle, right? Which is definitely deviating from traditional teamfight position.
Yeah, I mean, Elena Adela is actually quite good as well. Being, if a freeze connects, that's a free queen combo. Whoever that hits they're just dead. And Adela is much better at accessing those kinds of angles that Elena is going to go for in comparison to something like Nia, who's a lot more stationary. So yeah, I like this Adela pick with Elena. The catch is a little bit weird, but I guess, you would like an auto attack consistent DPS. You would also like someone who has some sort of say in neutral. So yeah, I guess Katya can kind of fit the bill on rounding out the comp in that kind of direction.
Honestly, I think even better than Adela on finding the off angles would be the Henry. But I don't know if I really like Henry Elena. But I think Henry's time jump is very, 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 very strong at finding off angles. Because you can jump a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's Lockney. She wants to play the Adela, and they're up 22 points to second place. Just put the Adela in the bag. Have a little whimsy.
The fries have been acquainted with the bag, rather, as we do see Nina trying to go on into Dino. Nice little pointsy coming out from Whispers. Violet Skyfire is here as well, and it looks like they're fully itemized the entire lineup. Looks like Violet Skyfire is electing to go for like a very pen-oriented Shuilin build, as we do see the Ghost Light coming out, as the whole team of Biblical Warriors is going to port to give that support to the likes of Darkon BR, as Athena Kai is going to try to disengage. Neen is maybe going to stick to this chase with the Sua onto Darkon BR, but Yuriana is now there to support the team. And I did realize Vasco Cortura is now on the Felix, and Yuriana is now on the Art. So a very, very aggressive composition coming out, right? A lot of reliance on that Peacemaker to keep that Ava alive. There's not as many resources, so it's going to be a lot more on Darkon to keep themselves alive, as Whisper is going to get caught out by that Queen combo coming out from Lockney. Checkmate is going to be forced out, and there's a very hectic fight going on as Vasco Sakura is going to try to dive on to, it gets a little dizzy, honestly, and is able to select either Eclipse or Lockney, but is going to be able to live using the speed gates, and is going to be able to turn now with that Wood Scar. And okay, what's the... wow, double break coming out from the likes of Biblical Warriors, by the way. Very well played by them. I always forget what the Felix E is, because it's another very anime name.
His E, it's Crescent Wave, I think it was.
Crescent Wave. I think you're right. Yeah, and then it's Tempest Hydra, right? No, Tempest Hydra is the ultimate.
Tempest Hydra's the ultimate, and I know his Q is Wind Scar.
Wind Scar, and the W is another. It's just so.
He's got very anime
names. It's so tough.
Yes,
I love it.
Yeah, it's funny because I think some of them are actually based on like actual anime moves. I'm pretty sure Wind Scar's from Inuyasha.
Wait, that's actually tough.
I'm like 90% sure. I'm sure Crescent Wave is from something as well. I don't know. I'm sure people who are a little more well-versed may be able to educate us on some of the reference names that he might have. But, yeah, meanwhile, down over in Doc, Heavenly
11
Ability.
kills over to Biblical Warriors already.
Yeah.
Very good start for them.
Yeah, 5.5 points this early. This is what they need. I mean, they need a big game. And I was kind of curious about this Biblical Warriors comp because I was like, Felix is a bit of a weird pick in this composition. I actually would have loved to see something, maybe a Marcus? America wouldn't be bad. Like something with some sort of displacement to shove people off of the Peacemaker is something I would have personally liked to see. But not that Felix doesn't have that. I mean, you do have Spear Skill, which does have that shoving capability, but it's not the greatest displacement.
Yuriana getting very aggressive on the Poseidon, just going for that 1v1 immediately. Peacemaker still available. The Raven Bergier is going to rip that Astral Burst, so it's not going to get a lot of value because the Peacemaker was out to mitigate it. VF Eruption coming out from Darkon VR. We do see Yuriana going down. XX Ares is going to be able to land that combo onto, I think it was Raven Bergier on the back end of that, or Fast Coach Sakura, and we'll be able to take them down. And now it's Speaks versus Darkon VR, but Darkon VR is looking pretty strong on this 1v1, surprisingly. The throw skill is pretty good at creating some space. Now we have Raven Bergier back up, and now we do see a nice little time jump combo coming out from the likes of XX Ares. Basan's going to be able to get that slow with that enhanced Ishon ability with the altar, and now the stun comes out. Yuriana, what's going on? As I think this actually might just be a white to Sky's the Limit. This is disastrous. Darkon VR is going to try to chase out Raven Bergier, but with the boost dashes, I don't think they are going to be able to actually fully secure the wipe on them. But that was very dangerous for Sky's the Limit. And if they ate that wipe, Where My Dog Go could easily snipe that second place.
Yeah, it would have opened up a lot of opportunity for every team in the lobby, but especially Where My Dog Go. They would have been thanking their lucky stars to have Sky's the Limit wiped out early. But it is still 8 teams alive. Anybody's game so far. But Biblical Warriors on a biblical run this lobby thus far. Another fight breaking through on the top side of the map here. Speak's going to get put in a pincer. And get taken down here, maybe. Oh, it's close.
Raven Bergier's in a precarious spot too.
Yeah, Astral Burst actually went wide there. Raven Bergier on the run, but nobody else able to cut him off. So once again, Raven Bergier keeping Sky's the Limit in the lobby. Another fight going on as the taunt comes through on the Emily Kosh on the top side here. Dino looking for an angle. Knockup goes wide. With that, he's just going to dash away, bring Nina back to him. Emily Kosh is going to be the first to fall here. Or else on the backside has been left untouched, forced to blink away from Jilmon. But now the rest of the team piles on to Jilmon here, who is going to be able to take the time jump with the White Lily to get himself back to safety. But a good fight overall for Abnormal Gameplay.
Oh, the salesman has made his appearance. Good looks.
Yeah.
Good looks.
May I interest you in one of my wares?
Yes. Cat across the sidewalk. We're here.
We are here preaching the name of the Lord.
Very holy itemization coming out from the likes of.
Can I sell you a Bible with one of these fancy hats?
You know, we got a Biblical Warriors team composition, but somehow the strongest soldier of God is on XXX Ares.
Like, it just doesn't make sense, man. What's going on? Okay, anyways, yeah, Where My Dog Go? They're gonna get an alpha. Full glad for that. Looking at the map here, everybody's really spread out, so I imagine we may have... Wait, 1, 2, 3... we might not have any fights in the rifts, actually, if my math is right here. Raven Bergier gonna blink. Anybody here to meet Sky's the Limit? No, I didn't think so. Just looking at the map, I believe I saw 7 teams floating around, so... Yeah, a lot of teams actually opting for hunt rotations. Oh no, these 2 teams made it into rifts. Abnormal Gameplay and Wildcard here will be able to face off. Weatherman looking to play this top side. He has to be very careful because if he gets opened up on, things go south very quickly. The same can be said for the other side, though, for Abnormal Gameplay. If Else gets opened up, the fight completely falls apart, and we're going to see Keeper Beast jump in, try to get to the backside, two-handed parry to try and close the gap here on the Else, but Else with the damage and the peel from her teammates will be able to find the first kill. Keeper Beast not able to make the play for his team here. Weatherman hiding back here, forced to play front to back and hitless a Scholar, but it's not going to amount to anything as the rest of the team funnels in and Abnormal Gameplay wins the Rift.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. I feel like both the 200 parries found very little value in that fight, and I think that's pretty... Oh my goodness, Basan going for the wave function collapse and is going to completely... That's just so weird, man. Like, why are you there?
How did we get here? Like, looking at the map, I'm like, wait a minute. What the heck is
This is a very abnormal gameplay, but wrong team.
Every point matters for Where My Dog Go, though. So, yeah, they're certainly happy to pick that up. They need to pull ahead of Sky's the Limit right now. And Sky's the Limit, they haven't been having the most successful lobby right now. I mean, they did manage to pick up a Rift on their own, so their tempo is caught back up. But point-wise, they only have 1.5 points. They need to find a way to finding more kills if they want to maintain the second place spot.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, I think we're just looking at across the lobby, and a lot of teams are racking up like a decent amount of kills. I'm a little concerned rather for Lumia Skyfarers, as production, you know, did take the time to note we don't have any itemizations on Jilmon yet, and the rest of the itemization isn't looking that great when you compare it to the rest of the tempo of the lobby. We do see a decent amount of teams on single transitions, but also we have some of these teams that, like Biblical Warriors, that have been able to accelerate quite hard. We do have Yuriana on 3 itemizations, Fast Code Sakura on 3 itemizations. Darkong actually being the one to take the backseat in terms of itemization in this game, only sitting on that Kote.
Now another fight breaking out. Emily Kosh taking a lot of damage on the front side. Tries to trend rush towards Yuriana, but taken down in the process on the other side of the fight. Vasquez getting taken out, so 2-on-2. But this is a great spot for Yuriana and Darkong to finish out this fight. Jilmon on the run. Does use the time jump to establish some distance with Yuriana. Hot on the chase. Blink forward from Darkong, and that's going to be the first terminate of the lobby. Lumia Skyfarers getting taken out. I believe that will be the end of their tournament run as well.
Yeah, that's a big 07, but we do see, a little bit of a flub coming out, unfortunately, for RNQ. I think that was a 2-handed parry into the wall. We'll be able to dodge out on that wave function collapse, but the follow-up from Ares and Meep is good enough to take her down, as we do see some control going over to Cemetery, going over to the likes of Where My Dog Go, and they are on pace to dethrone Sky's the Limit for second place if they keep it up. And really, the biggest thing is Sky's the Limit gets eliminated, because I think this comp scales phenomenally if they're able to make it to the end game.
Yes, if they can make it there indeed. So far, we've seen them reach the end game pretty consistently today. They haven't been able to convert it as well as we had hoped, but they have been playing pretty consistently, being able to get their transitions online for the most part. But for now, this is a big contest. The winner of this fight could very well be the one who advances into the finals here, or into the finals, into the tournament, into the semifinals rather, as Speaks going to get opened up on by Passant. The wave function collapse coming through. Acceptance Speech does connect onto Meep, but Speaks is low. They find the kill, but the return kill into Ares comes through. Passant with no wave function collapse gonna have a very hard time finding this kill. Meep trying to send the revive. We do have Estelle, so the revives are quite easier to get. Raven Bergier runs out of meter, gets knocked up by Passant, looking to find the kill. Meep, can you finish it off with a blink? And a shield slam does manage to make it happen. Red Flake catching the revive on Speaks. Speaks getting the revive on Raven now as well, so quick revives found for the side of Sky's the Limit, but that's a big credit investment. 300 credits down the drain for them. That's Where My Dog Go takes a VLS and gets out of here. The box actually going over to Sky's the Limit despite losing the fight.
Yeah, and we are going to see now on the, not on the back end, but rather in school, that it would be, I think, Neen and Violet Skyfire already going down to the lineup of Berserkers. Now, the lineup of Biblical Warriors walking on in with a decent amount of itemization, but if you're looking at Eclipse and Lockney, they are very well itemized themselves, and it is going to be the start of the neutral game, but I just don't think they can match the damage output right now, unfortunately, because I think Eclipse is doing a great job in the neutral. Nice little catch on Yuriana, and now Dancer Cobb ends up taking them out before the Peacemaker is able to be deployed. Oh, it was on cooldown, actually. It was on cooldown. It just came up. Wait, I wonder if they put it on before.
That would make a little more sense, I suppose, huh?
Yeah, no, and I'm wondering what they lost to before, as a huge catch out from Kuno is going to go on to Raven Bergier. Asherburst already forced out, and now Speaks is in a pretty terrible position on this back end of the fight. Another duck dive. Kuno is just landing these so consistently. Food for thought does it. I did not know it could channel for that long, where you can start at the beginning. That's incredible.
I saw the little, like, clock animation from the skin, and I thought, oh, once the hand goes all the way around, it ends. And no, it just kept going. I was like, wait a minute, what the? Yeah, I did not realize it could channel that long either, because normally you would release it by that point. So yeah, hey, we all learned something new today, I suppose. But yeah, Sky's the Limit. I mean, they keep losing fights over and over again. They're not investing their credits in transition, so their tempo might be a little bit off coming forward. But another fight breaking out here. Lockney Live able to get herself back to safety, but Athena Kai cannot say the same for her, as the first kill is found. Weatherman, look at him, completely untouched this fight, looking to step forward. Oh my goodness, the Queen combo comes through. Weatherman scouts out the revive happening from Eclipse. Doesn't get the kill. Eclipse lives. on what would have been just one more auto attack, but the revives are prevented for now, so Berserkers still suck as a 2-man.
And it does look like it's going to be a contest for this force control between the likes of Where My Dog Go and Biblical Warriors. It's pretty big because Biblical Warriors are sitting on a lot of points right now. If they're able to secure this wick line and start snowballing that, they could end up making up the point deficit because they'll just get so many kills. The only scary thing is when you have that wick line buff, people are very scared of you.
Yeah, people tend to avoid the wick line team for good reason. That buff does do a considerable amount of damage.
Timer on a Clisp.
Yeah, he has 6 seconds. Should be able to get this Hyperloop out. No problem. Maybe looking to coin flip one of these rifts to get the revives off. Oh wait, his whole team's alive. What the heck? He was just alone. Anyways, another fight breaking out here. Ardent Q gets put on the ground. Sky's the limit, winning a much-needed fight here against Wildcard. They need these points, and they need these items to come through as Where My Dog Go is hot on their tail points-wise for the standings. And Biblical Warriors, I mean, they're also in the running to try and make it out off of the backs of this lobby. They are racking up so many points. They got wick line. They are slating themselves to try and walk out of this lobby with a ton of points. So, yeah, I mean, it's really going to be between all 3 of these teams. It's going to be close. I mean, abnormal gameplay, they're still not out of the running either, looking at the scores. If they can rack up a ton of points, same with Wildcard. If any of these teams can just pop off here, they'll be the ones to make it out alongside Berserkers.
Absolutely. It's honestly playing for a win at this point. I think you really need to win the lobby and get both the placement points from winning the lobby plus you're guaranteed at least plus 3 kills, right? And
yeah.
then often a little more. And that's
Probably
really
6.
what will probably actually, yeah. Maybe 7, but we're gonna see a walk into
We did so well, man. We went so we almost went the whole day without it. Oh.
We're gonna see the likes of Biblical Warriors wrestle for gas station control, as now it does look like Where My Dog Go is kind of forced out a little bit and in an awkward position as they do look at the wick team, and it's going to be a channel on that. Ooh, very close on the knockup from the Ava to cancel out on that, and Kuno's going to go down to the likes of Berserkers, and now, oh my goodness, wait, this could be like the most fortuitous third party of all time, but I think Pazan's going a little deep, but look at the space that Meep is creating, and now a nice little catch out from, or follow-up rather, from Ares. I don't think the time jump combo landed, but it did give a lot of space. Now the chronograph slows Athena Kai, and Eclipse will be going down. I don't know if it's miracle piloting or terrible piloting that just ended really lucky for the lineup of Where My Dog Go.
Yeah, that was... I was worried for Passat. I thought he ran it down.
I thought he ran it down. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I will keep it a buck, man. I thought he ran that down, but no, he, Meep was able to find the follow-up angle and find that kill. Ardent Q sending it onto Athena Kai immediately as the rest of the team funnels in here. Lockney takes a bunch of damage. How did Keeper Beast get over this wall? Anyways, he just runs back around it, and no problem. Berserkers get taken out by Wildcard here.
I'm pretty sure they're pretty comfortable with.
Yes, the points they've established should be much more than enough needed, but yeah.
It's still nice to get a team that could just rack up a decent amount of kills and take away your opportunity to make a comeback, as Meep is getting a lot of damage off. Else is going to blink that wave function collapse, and now Meep is getting banned for banded by Alyssa Scholar at the back end of the fight, and now Alyssa Scholar going to jump on in. We do see the knockup going onto Else. Passat is doing his best to try to kill this Zahir, but Zahir is getting untouched, and the Druid Black Magic coming out from abnormal gameplay. Friends of Nature, it's gonna land a stun on Ares, and that might just be it for Where My Dog Go, unfortunately. It's a sad way to go out when you're going out to a bear son. But
he's still alive.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to get this out though.
There's a lot of heads in the area, and people know there's 13 people alive. Wildcard is privy to this information. Keeper Beast's gonna send the Chainsaw Massacre immediately for that Amp Throne. Oh my goodness me! Run! Okay, he's fine for now. Oh no, he's okay. That was really close. Okay, Meep still alive. Where My Dog Go, barely holding on as they're looking to get Lumi, but I think people are aware of what's going on. Yes, Biblical Warriors in the area looking to put pressure. They will be able to find it and kill Ares once again. Meep back on the run, and I believe he was taken down. So that will be the end of Where My Dog Go. But Yuriana getting picked off by Wildcard on the response to all of this. Getting caught out on walking out of red after the whole fiasco. And now
it looks like Abnormal Gameplay is going to gatekeep that Lumi. And
yeah.
Kuno's been so on point with these duck dives.
Yeah.
I think she's really been carrying the lineup of Abnormal Gameplay, but a huge catch onto Dark on BR. And now it's this fast go to Takura. You really needed to win this lobby and get enough kills. I think this might just be it for Biblical Warriors, but a great last game showing from coming out from them as they are going to get chased down by Wildcard and delivered into the waiting arms of Abnormal Gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a good run for Biblical Warriors. I mean, they had a lot of points racked up, especially early on in this lobby, but just greed will always be the end of all of us, huh? But now down to our last 3 teams, Sky's the Limit, Abnormal Gameplay, and Wildcard. I don't know how these scores are going to look, and I'm not going to like start mathing it out right now because it's just too much between all of these teams. There's a lot of teams that have potential to make it out right now. Sky's the Limit, definitely in a very good spot right now to try and keep their tournament life running here. They're currently sitting down in Fire Station, where they will be met with Wildcard. If Wildcard can win this fight against Sky's the Limit and win this fight against Abnormal Gameplay, they might be able to rack up enough points. It'll be really close. Currently getting some final call-ins off here. I believe there's a blood and attack skill going over to Weatherman. So yeah,
if there's some mathematicians on Abnormal Gameplay, though, they should actually try to take both the 3v3s they can get, as Weatherman's getting absolutely annihilated in the back end of this fight, and Keeper Beast is not long for the world as well. It's going to be a really, really fast wipe off the incredibly aggressive play from Raven Bergier. Raven Bergier sitting on 3 bloods, though, not worried about anything.
Yeah, no, he absolutely not. I mean, look at it's all the like big damage bloods too, like Necro, Pixie Boots, and Weapon. It's just so much, and we saw how much damage he could do. I mean, Weatherman got blasted immediately. No, oh wow, and aggression sometimes it fights back. The taunt into the duck dive combo was so potent from Abnormal Gameplay here. Now looking to close out this lobby here as the main damage threat, the Sky's the Limit, have been taken out. And Abnormal Gameplay will win the last lobby of the night here. Yeah. Wow, that is pretty crazy. They might actually make it out off of that, by the way. They just might. It's going to be close. I don't know what the scores are.
It's close. I think it was, I'm not going to lie, a great way to close out the lobby, right? They found a great pick. And, you know, it was really funny how our last 2 fights just ended with 1 pick and then bang, it's over, right? But I got to say, Abnormal Gameplay, I think, played it a little too passive. I think they actually really needed to aggress on Sky's the Limit. Sky's the Limit needed to be the 3rd place team in that lobby, I think. Now, I'm not doing super math on the top of my head, but also they already had a 12-point margin on these teams, right? So I think these teams needed to, you know, take the third-party flip, honestly. I think you got to play the format sometimes, even if you're playing to win the lobby, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you win the lobby if you didn't accumulate enough points. And so I think, even though fantastically played at the last end of the fight, right? Immediately finding the pick, Kuno's been super on point with the duck dives. It might not be enough because you didn't have the audacity to go for the play that could send Sky's the Limit 3rd and then accumulate enough points to snipe them out.
Yeah, I mean, the big priority is trying to make sure that Sky's the Limit didn't last long in the lobby because they didn't need a win-out pop-off game. They just needed a good enough game because they had already established, what was it? More than a 12-point lead from 4th place to 2nd. And I don't think Where My Doggo racked up enough points to overtake Sky's the Limit either. So it's a very good chance Sky's the Limit makes it out just off of their previous lobby's efforts. But yeah, we'll be able to check out the replay once more here and see exactly what happened. It's going to be quick. Raven Bergier, won off of aggression in the last fight, but this time around, taunt, duck dive, you can't mess that up with a tornado to boot as well. The CC chain, the damage, all stacked up. No window to use Astro Burst or anything once that taunt connects. So yeah, off of Listless Scholar catching that taunt, the Abnormal Gameplay is able to win out very handedly.
Yeah, I mean, Speaks could throw a carpet or like something, but like I cannot believe
Somebody's got to interrupt 11. 11 just walking up and winding it up and not working is a little egregious. Yeah, like you have tools on the team. You have Carpet. You have Faith Unwavering. You have Ballistic Advantage. Something like you got tools. They're not the greatest, but they'll get the job done. Yeah, that working is a little not the norm, to say the least. But a play is a play, and it worked nonetheless. And the follow-up was immaculate from the rest of Abnormal Gameplay off the taunt. Everybody was on board with making Raven Bergier fall to the ground as quickly as possible. But the scores are ready, so we'll take a look and see what we got. Yeah, it's going to be Berserkers and Sky's the Limit advancing out of the knockout stage here. Very close from Abnormal Gameplay. And yeah, you know what? I think you were right. Had they taken a VLS over, tried to hunt down Sky's the Limit, try to push them into a third place position, they would have lost placement points. They would have lost the 3 kill points as well that they got on Wildcard. Potentially, Abnormal Gameplay could have picked up some of those kill points onto Wildcard, and that could have made all the difference into getting them out. So yeah, very, very close series. But yeah, Berserkers and Sky's the Limit, congratulations on advancing through the tournament. Abnormal Gameplay, Where My Dog Go, Biblical Warriors, Wildcard, Heavenly Ability, and Lumia Skyfarers. That will be the end of your ERCS Phase 2 run. Thank you for playing, and I hope we get to see you guys playing more in the future, potentially in ERCC.
Yeah, GG's to all the teams coming out, and it will be very exciting to see Berserkers and Sky's the Limit join us for next weekend. But again, I think a lot of these teams had a great showing for some of their first debuts or just a return. Just ironing out some kinks for the next time, because there is always a next time, right? So, and also, good time to get some VODs, review them, head into scrims, and lock in. But it is, I think, all we got. I mean, it's a quick series, and I am still artifacting out of existence. So really sorry for my camera issues today. I don't know what's been going on with my net. Really apologizing for that. But Meek, thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, it's always a pleasure to have you here, Kaz. I mean, I'm starting to cast with you more than Lucia. You're starting to become the norm around these parts. So yeah, it's definitely always nice to cast with one of the boys, and you just get to clown around on the mic for a little bit and have some fun. So always a good time casting with you. Thank you once again, as always, to production, always providing us with all of this, really, the whole tournament setup, the stream, everything that's going on with this. It's all due to them. So hats off to them, and hats off to the viewers as well. Tweeted out some hashtag ERCS today, had lots of fun seeing everybody talk in the chat, and everything was definitely a good time. And also, if you missed the qualifiers yesterday, 2 teams did advance to grand finals right away. It was Uberman and PB, I can't remember the name. PB, oh, here we go. PB Chupiphobia. There we go. Awesome. Had it up on the side there. So those 2 teams advanced immediately to grand finals. And yeah, we'll have to see who else can make it through the rest of the tournament stage to join them. Very exciting stuff on the horizon. But yeah, I think that's all we have for today, Kaz, unless you have any closing thoughts you'd like to share.
No, just join us next weekend for semifinals. Again, it will be 4 rounds per lobby. So nice little quick stream so you can have it in between your dinner meal, or right after lunch if you're on the West Coast. But thank you everybody for dropping by. It has been a blast. It's always so much fun casting some North American ERCS with some South American guests. Thank you all for joining. I will see y'all later.
Bye-bye.